Honey, you should.
Did we take it too far to say that we cannot pretend now? Was it never enough to have just everything you want? In your shadow I found a place to hide me from my own thoughts. And if I ever got lost, you find a way to bring me home. And I want something I can hold, that's worth this waiting cold. And I want something that is real, something to make me feel alive.
Going up?
Yep, just like my check.
In your eyes I see there's a place for all I seek to find is a world that's mine. Need a place to hide. Will you free?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am McMaster. Alongside me is Shig. I pointed to the wrong side of my camera. My apologies for that. But thank you all for joining us once again. Midwest Car Soccer being brought to you once again tonight, being obviously the Rising Stars matchup. Shig, how are you doing on this fine Thursday evening?
I'm doing great. I didn't think I'd have to be casting, but you know what? That's okay. I'm here. I'm ready for the games. I'm excited.
I mean, we should have a pretty good matchup between us, or at least I hope so. Leading off with the Rochester Rhythm and the Kansas City Outlaws. The Outlaws have been in better form as of late, starting off the season with a good 3-1 record, and last week going 2-0. Fighting to Game 5 against the Senators, who are also a pretty solid team in their own right, and then sweeping the Miracles, while Rochester, on the other hand, are trying to get, pun fully intended, their rhythm back in place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As someone who's played a lot with most of these players, like it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I think it's going to be a close game, but it's hard to really say.
Never really know, but I mean that is that's the hope, at least when creating divisions like the Rising Stars. The players are at a similar level, and we hope that it's competitive. Hopefully, Rochester is able to lock it on down. I'm going to be rooting for Hose personally. I'll still keep the cast unbiased, but I am going to be rooting for Hose as his CSA caster. But they have a tough challenge in front of them. Kansas City's been off to a good start this season with the Outlaws, I should say, are off to a good start. 3-1 +5 game differential, and on the other side of things, the Rhythm 1-3 with a -3 game differential. So just off numbers alone, would think that the Outlaws should have this, but you never really know. I feel as though almost every time I'm here, the numbers end up being defied in one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's played a lot with Windy, I'm surprised. Like, I don't think he'll win this game. I don't know. Maybe Divine's a hard carry or something, but I don't know. I've heard some rumors about some fighting going on that roster. So,
ooh, that would be less than ideal.
We'll see if that affects their playing. I don't know.
We'll find out, but I mean, it's almost time for game time. The players are in here, so I'm not sure if they would want to necessarily get started early. I'm not even sure if that's an option. But we'll find out here shortly. All the players are in.
Yeah.
I guess we're just waiting to see if we have the go. Hose and the Rhythm say yes. Wait and see if the Outlaws concur. And then from there, it'll be game time with our first series of the night. Again, courtesy of the Rising Stars division, the Rhythm and the Outlaws. Outlaws starting off the season hot. Rochester Rhythm looking to catch up in the standings. We are going to have a slight hold as the Outlaws are taking care of something.
Yeah. Do we want to look at the schedule quick, maybe?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Fire that away.
So, obviously our first game here, Rochester versus Kansas City. 2 Burnsville Inferno games, which I'm excited for personally because I mean, I've heard some things about the J-Bay cam, and he might be using a fisheye lens. We'll see. It's gonna be fun, hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. As everyone sees the schedule here, all Rising Stars here tonight. Rhythm versus Outlaws, 2 Inferno games, both their games, against the Senators and Lumberjacks, and then to close, St. Cloud Flyers versus the Fargo Steelhawks. But now the Outlaws are ready to go. So ready, they forgoed saying that we were ready and just straight up said, all right, time to hit the field for the first series of the day. Once again, the Rhythm in blue, the Outlaws in orange. It is game time, ladies and gentlemen. And right off the kickoff, Hose is going to end up electing to leave that ball out wide. Windy's going to follow off the missed touch from Liquid Ice, taking it towards net on the dribble. It's an infield pass towards Divine. And right away, the Outlaws picking up where they left off last week, scoring within the first 10 seconds of this game.
Yeah, I mean, the teamwork there, the pass from Windy, I mean, playing with him a lot, I know he's a really good team player. Not so good solo, I'll say. But, I mean, yeah, that's just what you expect from a player like him. And another goal from Divine? What a dunk.
Wow. That is as hot of a start as you could possibly ask for, and unfortunately for the Rhythm, this is the opposite of what it is you want to see right away. Knowing that Divine is getting off to such a quick start, momentum is only going to keep on snowballing from there. Hot start, 2 goals for Divine specifically within the first 15 seconds, and now Napier wants to get their name on the board up against Liquid Ice, but Liquid Ice has the touch downfield. Divine to send out towards the corner. Ice up top, trying to drop it down for Gerg. There's no boost, but there is a defensive miss, not read by Gerg. Hose will have to simply play it back and play defensive as he pops the ball over the top of Windy. Now on the turn, boost to work with, only up against Napier. 1 touch, Liquid Ice on the follow over the top of 1 up against Divine, but Divine is equal in the defensive half.
I mean, the one thing I'm looking for here from Rhythm is kind of like waiting for Jose to get some space, get those mechs out, because supposedly he's a very good, very mechy player, but I haven't really seen anything out of him yet.
I'll find out. There's plenty of time in this game, and there's plenty of series to be played, so certainly some mechs are going to come out at some point. I would more than expect it, but at the moment, it is still currently a 2-goal lead, more than a minute gone. It might even be 3 as it's off the post, but cleared out wide by the defense. Divine now with the pinch up towards the ceiling. Hose, 1 touch, does get a second over the top of Napier. However, Windy is there in good rotation, able to shut it down right away. Liquid Ice has a miss, but Gerg can clean up the mess as it's a pass out wide towards Hose. Shot going towards net. Windy's just too fast to it. A bit of an odd one this time around. Windy was definitely there in time, but actually had too much speed behind them, so much so that they fly past the ball, and that will be goal number 1 for the Rhythm.
I won't say that I haven't seen him make that mistake before, because I definitely have, but I still don't expect it, like, at this. I don't expect him to do that while he's competing, Maybe in a casual game.
Berg bringing it on back downfield now. Divine, one touch on the interception. Liquid Ice, one touch light towards net. Tries to get the 50 against Napier, but does lose it back down to the blue half. Hose has to, no choice but to retreat. Divine off the corner. Napier off the backboard once more. Gerg playing patient. One extra touch, and Napier leaves it. A good 50 comes through from Gerg from the ceiling. Free jump comes through. Hose the only one back. Will play nice and patient. The fake did come through from the offense, but Hose was not faked out by it. Now Windy downfield towards Napier. It's a shot on target. What a passing play coming through for the Outlaws, extending the lead to 2 once more.
I mean, yeah, the passing plays are just working for Outlaws. Like they're doing a good job of keeping the pressure and just getting the ball to their teammates, which I really like.
Yeah, the team plays are extremely good at the moment and very reliable. At any level, relying on your teammates is a good thing. To go solo all the time, is not how to get the job done. Not at this level, not in any other division that MCS has to offer. And we're already seeing the benefits of it coming through in favor of the Outlaws, and they're looking to possibly tack on a 4th as well. Popped up by Napier. Windy was looking for Hose on the bumps, but could not find it. And Divine will circle back after stealing that corner boost. One touch over one, 50 onto Gorg in the midfield, but Liquid Ice, does have a successful challenge. Divine once again turning on it. The pace is just so fast right now, going against the rhythm. The Outlaws have met them at every single touch, and if not, been there first. This is an incredible pace of play that's being shown by the Outlaws early.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty one-sided game so far. There's another goal. Like I said, I mean, besides the one goal that Rhythm had, which was just a blatant whiff, it's yeah.
This is one-sided, right? At the moment, the Outlaws just simply look better for the time being. It is a 3-goal lead now with 1:55 left on the clock. Berg trying to get something happening off the sidewall redirect, but Napier will shut that down. Liquid Ice, one touch towards the corner. Divine on the follow, playing patient, keeping the ball in the corner. It is safe for the time being. He goes over the top of one and wins the 50 downfield, but Liquid Ice is there to intercept. Borg was up, but met by Windy, and I think, the big thing right now is the pace of play. The Outlaws have been faster. They've been winning seemingly every single 50, and because of that, the rotations can be spot on. They've had plenty of boost. Since they're controlling the pace of play, there really has not been much of anything that the Rhythm have been able to do as a result of it.
Yeah, it seems to me like every time Rhythm is taking a touch, it's just going into the hands of the Outlaws, which is obviously not going to work for them. They need to figure out some way to control the ball a little bit better.
Agreed. Yeah, but unfortunately, with only 60 seconds left, being down 3, not sure if there's enough time for them to make that adjustment this game, especially because the offense from the Outlaws is still trying to pour it on in this game. Liquid Ice will have an opportunity downfield. Gerg fakes it. Windy's got no boost, but still makes a great save dropping down from the backboard. Windy now a touch over the top of one. No boost in the tank. Hose there first this time. Possibly looking for a shot on net. Does have it, but Napier will close it down. And with only 35 seconds left, this one feels like it's all but over.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's possible for them to score 3 more, but it's just... with how they've been playing this game, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's just been an unfortunate start to the series, and it didn't help that they gave up 2 right away, and that's even going to be a 5th. Napier now with their 2nd on the board. But it did, to the original point, it did not help that Divine opened up the game with 2 goals within 15 seconds. You cannot have that and expect to be able to come back easily. It almost felt like 2 goals were the handicap. There were a 4-2 Outlaws, and the Outlaws absolutely ran away with it. The time will tick down in game number 1, but, I mean, this one... oh boy, I mean, what do the Rhythm even do here? How do the Rhythm change their play in order to try to find holes in the play of the Outlaws?
I mean, I think it's just better touches. Like, it just feels like their touches are either going in the middle of nowhere. Like, they're not finding their teammates at all, They're either finding the opponents or open field. So they definitely need to do something about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And try to change up the pace of play however you can. As you see from the replays, multiple passing plays coming through on the side of the Outlaws. Maybe try to do that. It seemed as though everything was solo. While the Rhythm did have 1 assist come through earlier on, it was a good passing play to transition out of their own half, but that was unfortunately just about the only redeeming quality. I mean, that was 3 assists on the side of Windy, 5 goals in total for the Outlaws, a hat trick for Divine. Everyone did something on the Outlaws, and the rhythm just fell flat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like the first game in a series is always a bit of an anomaly, so it's possible that they come back with more steam, more power this game. We'll see.
They're going to have to. I don't think against this Outlaws roster you can afford to drop 2 games, so the change is going to have to come sooner rather than later. And it all starts here, but the ball starts in the hands of Divine. Hose making an early change and challenging early in the skies with good confidence at that. Liquid Ice ends up faking Napier, and it'll be Gerg now looking to take control. Hose is waiting on the other side of the field. Reset from Gerg, 1 light touch. No more boost in the tank, and Windy full clear downfield. Liquid Ice intercepted the midfield line. No extra touch. Divine to the backboard. Windy is there, but the touch ends up going in awry. Liquid Ice is able to get it out only as far as midfield. This is already better because we've gone 30 seconds without anyone scoring yet.
I mean, yeah, they've done better on defense, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But it's kind of just felt like a slow start. I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's fair. The offense does need to get going. I think them scoring first would be a massive confidence booster. However, they are up against it right now. 4 people end up being on that ball, and Hose with no boost is the only one left. Has to avoid bumps, but can't as Napier takes him out of the play. Gerg now up next. From the sidewall, the first touch, trying to carry over to Divine. Instead, gets the bump. A good offensive play created by Gerg. But unfortunately for the Rhythm, they cannot convert on that opportunity. It'll be Hose back downfield once more. Divine on the turn. Loses the 50 to Gerg. Up top, Liquid Ice. Still a little bit of boost in the tank. Looking for the 50 up against Windy, but 50 takes it out wide. Hose down the challenge. Misses against Napier. Gerg gonna have to play patient. Shot not on target towards the backboard. Liquid Ice to deal with it. And this is a significant improvement for the Rhythm. Not only, not conceding yet, but they've had some decent offensive opportunities that have shown up as well. However, again, they have not been able to cross over the finish line just yet, and it looked like it might possibly be a first in favor of the Outlaws, but a great save from the goal line from Gerg means he will stay out for the time being.
I mean, yeah, the Outlaws are still just applying so much pressure. Rhythm actually taking it down the field, though. Possible scoring chance.
Back downfield, look at this passing play. Hose in the lane just in time. Napier, though, not giving up on that pressure. As you had said, the Outlaws definitely thriving in terms of possession time. They have definitely had more control of the ball this game. However, it hasn't translated yet into any goals, and Gerg getting a temporary clear. Windy now with the double tap opportunity. Hose to take it away, and even on no boost, somehow Rhythm have been able to keep it out. Now they're looking to break out transition on their own, as Divine has no choice but to clear it high and away. A demo makes it a 3-on-2 temporarily, but the clear from Divine is massive. That'll reset all the players back down into the Rhythm's half once more. Divine up top with limited boost. Liquid Ice 1 touch. Gerg trying to chase down the offense. It'll be Napier taking control. Both Hose and Liquid Ice commit on that ball. Hose will turn after collecting the mid boost. Off the backboard, Windy does have an extra touch. Only 2 minutes to go. We still find 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard, Shig.
I mean, yeah, it's a much better game than the previous one. They're doing so much better on defense, but they're also getting a lot more scoring opportunities, which is probably boosting their confidence at least a little bit. Maybe Jose gets some mechie plays here. Double tap, possibly? No, not quite.
But it is good he's searching for it. To have the confidence to go for it is a good thing to see, especially after last game when everything was so conservative. They were trying to play safe, and now they're willing to take more risks. It's actually been to their benefit thus far, and Hose is even going to look for another, but Windy does have the 50 into the corner. Gerg on the early challenge up against Napier does lose it. Liquid Ice has to be careful, but does get demoed. Gerg's the only one back, but Divine was not there in time. Hose with the 50 out wide. Liquid Ice just simply leaves it. Windy looks to take control once again from the backboard. Extra touch, not quite. Liquid Ice to turn away and Hose to go even further downfield. Now approaching the 60-second mark, but 2 defenders went. Again, the boost reserves right now so low for the Rhythm, but they are able to get a clear, albeit just temporarily. Liquid Ice can't even circle back to that. Napier gets the second touch in the corner. As the reset and elects to use it for the wave dash on the clear. Divine, the double tap against Hose, cleared out. Windy gets bumped, and this is a huge opportunity for the Rhythm. They're going to find an open net. The shot is through. 1-0 for the Rhythm, and this is a huge turnaround.
Oh, I just can't believe that ended up being a Rhythm goal there. The Outlaws had so much pressure. The Rhythm kept like double committing and everything, and they just somehow turned it around.
Stunned, yeah. Not just the double commits, but the fact that there's seemingly with such little boost for all players at all times. I do not know how that has gone against them, and instead, it was a 2-goal swing. However, now more pressure again. Windy looking for the double, doesn't have it. Divine on the rebound. Will not get there in time. It's Hose instead to clear. Napier, one touch. Shot on target. Make it 2 to go. The Rhythm starting to heat up while the Outlaws offense has completely been shut down.
I mean, yeah, that has to be a good feeling. Not to just get that one open net goal, but that shot was, I mean, pretty good. There was defenders. Like, it has to be a good feeling going into game 3.
Yeah, this is where they needed to turn things around. And right now, to not allow a single goal is massive against such a high-quality offense. And Host is even looking for more on the flick. Has it in front. Gerg's going to make it 3. This is a giant offensive explosion coming through in the second half of this game, or really in the final minute of this game. This is a huge momentum swing in favor of the Rhythm. Beautiful plays coming through from the Rhythm, and now Hose might even be able to make it another. Instead, Windy is going to be intercepted by Gerg. Napier to clear out wide, and with only 10 seconds left, there's nothing the Outlaws can do. Divine is going to have a fake, but he is still up against Hose. It is an infield pass, and Windy will get a shot on target and through. Good shot in order to get 1 on the board, but I mean, there's only 5 seconds left. It would take a colossal failure on the side of the Rhythm for them to give up 2 goals in 5 seconds.
I mean, yeah, as like small as that goal seems, it's still good to, you know, get a goal, not let them shut you out. It definitely boosts your confidence a little bit. Yeah.
From the Rhythm, and a great way to fight back. I mean, the offense just blew up. And again, if you look at the numbers alone, 9 shots to 4, you would think that the Outlaws would have been cooking, but instead, the Rhythm were able to score 3 out of the 4 shots. I don't even know what shot ended up missing because the Outlaws didn't have a save that game. They finally got their one consolation prize at the end. But again, by that point in time, it just didn't matter. The Rhythm played exceedingly well in game number 2, tying up the series. And now I have no idea what to think about these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, the way they just kind of handled all of that pressure and were able to kind of bounce back from it definitely helped them a lot.
Massive bounce back. Absolutely necessary at that. And now this has effectively been made a best of 3 here in the first series of the night. Again, ladies and gents, this is, of course, Midwest Car Soccer that you are watching. This is the Rhythm. This is the Outlaws. And the Outlaws coming into this looked like the heavy favorites as the 4 seed up against the 13-seeded Rhythm. However, tides have turned here into this series. It is now 1 game apiece. The Rhythm winning game number 2 and looking to possibly add another one to the total. Winning here goes on to double match point. This is a crucial game in this series. Yet again, in the best of 5, every game seems to be equally as crucial as the next. It'll be Gerg to bring back downfield now, taking his time. Light touch, Hose in retreat to clear out towards Liquid Ice. Trying to pair up. Instead, it's intercepted, though, by Windy. The Outlaws, once again, trying to apply that signature pressure that we know they love so much, Popped up from Hose. Going to beat Divine to the ball, and he will finally send it out towards the midfield point. Again, another minute in. The Outlaws, the offense is there physically, but they are struggling otherwise as that clangs off the crossbar and will not go through. Liquid Ice just bumping players out of the way. Napier trying to set up a teammate. Instead, it's Hose to clear downfield. It's Gerg on the shot. He finds the back of the net, bar and through.
I mean, what a shot from Gerg. Like, he gets it top left. Divine just can't reach it.
That is a perfect shot. And again, another transition play where it looked like the offense of the Outlaws should have been there, should have been able to score, and ultimately just couldn't break through. And now suddenly it's the Rhythm that are able to send it the other way. Incredible shot and incredible plays coming through on the side of the Rhythm. They look extremely strong. They've completely turned it around. And I honestly don't understand what has changed with the Outlaws. It doesn't feel as though anything's changed. The offensive pressure is still there. The team plays are still coming through. I think it's just that, frankly, the Rhythm have made the better adjustment of the two teams.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it doesn't seem like Outlaws are playing any different. I think that Rhythm has kind of just figured them out as a team.
Absolutely, but what do you do now if you're on the side of the Outlaws? That you've been figured out, as you had said. How exactly are you supposed to change your gameplay when it was so effective no more than 2 games ago? The fact that they are down even now is still a bit shocking, knowing the seeding, knowing how the teams have played already throughout the course of the season, knowing how game one went. It still doesn't quite feel real that we're in a spot where the Rhythm could go on to double match point.
Yeah, it seems to me like Rhythm might need to bring in some more demos. I mean, not Rhythm, Outlaws, sorry. Because Rhythm has been bringing in a lot more demos, and it's been working pretty well for them, but Outlaws, I don't think I've seen get a single demo, maybe one. So maybe that would help them.
You're absolutely right. Physical plays at all levels have high levels of success. As long as you're able to get them with the right timing, you can communicate that a demo is coming through, or even if you just see that your teammate is going for a demo. Like in that case, Windy with the demo was able to leave it to Napier, but from there they weren't able to capitalize on it. So I guess not only do they have to get physical, but the timing of it has to be there as well. But at the moment, they also have to worry about defending, as that is just pinched so far across net. Napier with one touch, cut off by Gerg into the corner. No extra touch afforded to him. It's Windy to clear out wide. An extra touch will be met by Hose, who sends it back towards the backboard. Follow-up touch, gets it to the backboard once more. Napier is there to get the clear, as Hose was looking for the bump, and that would have been a good execution of a timely bump. But again, at the minute, it is still 1-0. Only 100 seconds left in the Rhythm are really close to going onto match point. I'm stunned at the moment, while Gerg is looking to stun the defense, but Divine is equal and has a very close clear.
Yeah, I mean, the Outlaws are pretty much all on 0 right now, and Rhythm is doing a good job of kind of keeping them low and keeping the pressure on. They kind of get on offense here, but it looks like it should die out pretty quickly, yeah.
Minute 11 to go. Liquid Ice looking a little bit awkward, but does have the clear out towards the corner. Napier doesn't even have a touch. He didn't have the read off the ceiling. The boost totals lacking right now on the side of the Outlaws, while Hose is making the most of his limited boost as well. Windy has a sole opportunity on the dribble. Liquid Ice pre-jumped. Windy underneath, trying to drop it down, but the demo eliminates the offensive player. Divine can't get a shot as he's sent back to his own corner. Now in transition, Hose tries breaking through, but Liquid Ice and Gerg are going to play nice and patient into the corner, trying to waste away precious seconds that right now the Outlaws cannot afford to waste, and that double commit could really go against them. Divine with a great touch towards the center, but cannot have it. It'll be Gerg to clear downfield. Liquid Ice making sure it's in. Actually, no, it misses wide. The Outlaws get away with one. Now they could possibly use this to transition into a play of their own, but Gerg will intercept. It should have been a freebie on the side of the Rhythm, but in the end, it will not come through. Time is limited, and the Outlaws need something now. There's only 10 to go.
Yeah, I mean, they need a team player or something. There's a demo, and it's just going to be cut out. Divine might take it up the wall. Good 50. I mean, yeah, Napier, back wall, and there's just no one there to take it. Windy? Oh, no. Just yeah, not great.
That is extremely unfortunate for the Outlaws, but look at the Rhythm. This is, and Gerg is even asking for a new server because he's lagging. Gerg was the MVP of that game, scored the only goal, had 2 saves, which is more than anyone else had, and he wants a server reset to be playing this well and still request a server reset. That is highly impressive stuff to have connection problems and yet still be doing so well. That is very impressive.
I mean, yeah, you want to have any advantage you can get. You don't want to have the server die out on you or something, So it's very important to make sure the servers are up to your standards.
We'll go ahead and reset that. But, as you're watching again, it was just a great transition play, and I like to reiterate that goal in particular, the Outlaws had been pushing on offense so much, and they were just caught out in a single split moment where Gerg was able to take full advantage and capitalize on that play. It was just a nuke downfield from Hose. Gerg able to end up following it successfully. But what a great play coming through on the side of the Rhythm. And now with a 1-0 game, an extremely impressive 1-0 game at that, They now find themselves one game away from upsetting the Outlaws, who up until this point have played extremely well. Last week, again, I will reiterate, the Outlaws went 2-0. They had a series that went to 5, but they also had a series where they were able to complete a sweep. While the Rhythm, on the other hand, did not get a win last week at all. This is a massive turnaround, and now there's only one game left between them and victory. It could be done in 4. Start off the game, it is Gerg on a dribble. Up against Windy on the backboard, loses the 50. Windy plenty of boost as well. Looking to set up Napier, has one touch, but intercepted by Hose. And I'll tell you what, that has been one of the big changes from the Rhythm. They have challenged a lot more frequently and a lot earlier opportunities. I think it's been one of the big adjustments that the Rhythm have made. However, this is an awkward opportunity. Liquid Ice able to turn it down. Divine towards net. Hose there for the 50. Gerg in position. One touch. Napier and Windy both backing up, trying to play wise possession on the ball. That'll be cleared out wide as Gerg is able to collect boost. Now into the corner. 50 up against Napier. Bumps one. Gets cleared out by Divine. Back in field. It's awkward right now for the defense. No shot, though, comes through. An odd lack of aggression for the Outlaws as Napier gets bumped into the ball. That'll be sent all the way to the backboard. Divine does have a clear. Liquid Ice and Gerg with a double commit. It is a little bit awkward, but a great 50 from Liquid Ice keeps it in front of the orange net until Divine is able to clear. Now around Gerg goes Windy. Up against Hose. No flick. Gerg to turn and sends it out wide. The offense from the Outlaws stalling once more, while the offense from the Rhythm looking to get hot early. It is out in front, but Liquid Ice playing smart, not looking to overcommit. Gets one touch. Gerg trying to follow it in the air. Instead, it's rifled towards net as Hose gets a clear out wide once more. And I can't help but feel as though I'm witnessing frustrations coming through on the side of the Outlaws. They're not sure what exactly changed between game 1 and now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Rhythm is giving the Outlaws a lot less time, especially for things like team plays. And, I mean, I've seen a few more bumps come out from Outlaws, but they've all been pretty offensive bumps, whereas Rhythm has gotten a lot of demos on the defensive, especially, like, in between those team plays, which has helped them a lot.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And, we'll see if anything is able to change on the side of the Outlaws. Like, you can see the frustrations are starting to seep through. However, that was a massive mistake from Gerg, but yet even more so for the Outlaws. Now an infield pass comes through, but Divine can intercept. That was a wide open net for the Outlaws, and they could not punish the defensive mistake. That's massive. That is giant. Now Divine's caught a little out of position. Does get one extra touch over towards the backboard. He's got no more boost in the tank, but Liquid Ice can't lock down the angle. Divine, even on no boost, is going to bring it all the way down into the corner against the defense. Hose taking his time. Gerg trying to get in front of Napier and does so successfully. Hose up top. Infield pass towards Gerg. The shot going towards net. Divine will save up high and wide. Under half the game remaining. Still no offense from either team. This could very well be 2 games in a row with a 1-0 scoreline. And that's just going to float in. Somehow, some way, the defense is caught out again. Hose went up at the same exact time as Gerg. And the pool shot finds the top shelf. I'm stunned at the moment for what I'm seeing from the Rhythm.
As lucky as that goal is, there should have been someone from the Outlaws there to stop that one. Like, you just can't be letting those in. Oh, what a goal from Divine, though.
There you go. Divine finally getting back on track after a monstrous game 1. He was shut down almost entirely in the last 2 games. He could find his way to the back of the net. Hose was close, but not close enough. And that is the first goal in almost 8 minutes time for the Outlaws. It has to feel good to finally get one on the board, and Napier might even make it 2. Liquid Ice backflips, and the Outlaws offense is starting to wake up once more. The giant kickoff goal, and Liquid Ice again just with super unfortunate backflip. 2-1 now for the Outlaws. Now they're looking to possibly extend the lead as well. Windy's up against Hose, but does lose the 50. Divine looking to be first to it. Pinch off the backboard. Awkward for the defense. Napier one touch to clear out wide. Hose on the turnaround. On the pop-up. Steals boost. Tries hunting Divine, but can't find him. Gerg taking his time backward and actually takes it away from Hose. Liquid Ice. Downfield once more. Napier there to read. It is to the backboard, however, and Gerg has the read on lock. Now approaching 90 seconds left in the game, and it is the Rhythm for the first time in a while, finding themselves down, looking to answer back. A demo comes through into Divine, but it's not going to matter. Windy off the passing play will find the back of the net. 3-1 for the Outlaws.
I mean, what a recovery from the Outlaws. The team plays are working again. I mean, you wonder if Rhythm has kind of lost their stride and they're not playing how they were playing the last 2 games, or what's really going on.
I think the Outlaws' offense is like dominoes. When one falls, all of the others do too, because it's been offensive explosions when they've had success offensively. Now, like if we look at game 2 and 3, game 2 they got a goal with 5 seconds left in the game, nothing else, no time for anything else. Game 3, absolutely nothing on the board. Games 1 and 2, or excuse me, games 1 and 4, a combined 9 goals, while only allowing 1. Their offense is their best defense because when they're on offense, the ball stays up here. It does not leave this half when they're running smoothly. And now it's in their 2 victories, as of right now at least, it has been 5 goals and 4 goals. It's just been offensive explosions, but I feel like it's the domino effect. Once one finally goes in the back of the net, suddenly every single one of them do.
It does kind of seem that way. I mean, they're playing with so much more confidence. I feel like maybe that's kind of the factor here, but it's hard to really say.
Only 40 seconds to go. I mean, this one's done and dusted at this point. We are absolutely going to see a game 5 here in this week 3 matchup, and on the pop-up comes Windy, just looking to possibly get one more for the road. Doesn't have a touch right away. He does get it off the corner. Liquid Ice will get the clear off the demo from Gerg. Divine, though, towards the net once more. No double afforded to him. Shot to the back of the net. Napier with another. This is outrageous what we are seeing, and both teams have been able to just turn it around at an instant. This game 5 to me is a real coin flip. Liquid Ice is trying to get one more as the final seconds tick on down. It'll be Gerg to shoot low, but still somehow saved off the post by Divine. Hose with a shot. Napier the clear out wide. Final few seconds tick on down. No shot from Napier. Windy towards the net. Napier to clear wide. 5-1 for the Outlaws. And that was the exact scoreline that we saw in the first game. But we also saw the Rhythm answer back directly after the first game. This is a really odd dynamic.
Yeah, I can't believe after those second and third games that they've come back with this much steam.
Yeah, this is weird to say the least. And look at how even of a team game this was. Every player had an assist for the Outlaws. Napier and Windy, who had 2 goals apiece. Divine was the only person without 2 goals, and instead he had 2 assists, the only one with 2 assists at that. Every single player had 4 shots. That was a collective effort. That wasn't one person showing up and having the game of their life. That was simply the Outlaws playing as a unit like they did in the first game of this series. Now we are left with only 1 game to go. 5 minutes to decide who wins the first matchup of tonight's stream. And of course, what better place to settle this than on Champions Field itself?
Yeah, exactly. It's always exciting to go to Champions Field. First match of the day as well.
And it's been exciting nonetheless, because the games have been close. Now, it is a weird winning dynamic that we've seen from both teams, because on the side of the Outlaws, when they win big. But when they lose, it is extremely close. So, a weird, as I had said, I guess probably now it's 7 or 8 times, a weird dynamic that these two teams have been able to strike. But it is 5 minutes to decide it all. And Hose up top, looking for some good control. Divine was there on the pre-jump, has no more boost to his name, and will collect the corner boost, however, and can apply pressure as a result. But Liquid Ice's 50 goes wide to the sidewall. Napier up next to it. On the follow-up touch, up against Gerg. Does not win the race to the ball. Shot towards net. Windy not going to break through as Liquid Ice holds strong. Infield pass, but no one is there to receive it. Windy can't make a touch. Gerg now has his boost stolen by Windy. Hose, nice pitch up towards the backboard, but it does make the defense awkward. Liquid Ice will have it clear out wide. Up right away as Gerg can beat Wind to the touch, but Windy is able to get a light touch to clear out wide. Pressure now looking to mount on the side of the Rhythm. It is Hose getting bumped off the ball by Napier instantly. Napier with the bouncing ball. out towards Windy. It will clear out wide as Divine looks to get a shot on net. Hose has an incredible read. Still out in front for the defense, but Liquid Ice with a great clear. The Rhythm holding on. Now looking to break out as well. Up against Windy. Gerd gets the 50. No demo onto Divine. Hose with a shot just off target. Both teams trading opportunities, but neither are able to get through the defense. This might be the opportunity that is needed for the Outlaws. Napier to center it. Gerd to clear out wide.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was gonna be a goal. Yeah, they're just trading like counterattacks. They're not really, neither team really able to kind of hold the pressure.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, this has not been a possession-based game. This has been punch, counter punch the entire time. Not a single team has been able to settle into their offensive roles or rotations just yet. However, the double commit could prove to be costly. Instead, it's a double commit on the side of the Rhythm in return. Now on the clear out comes Napier out towards Windy. Shot on net is a routine save for Gerd. Divine with the pop-up has a bit of boost left in the tank, but will leave it off for Napier as he makes contact towards the sidewall. 50 out wide off the ceiling. Liquid Ice, the nuke downfield into the orange half. Off the backboard, Divine, one touch, Hose, going for a bump as Gerg has the shot, and Rochester Rhythm find themselves on top.
I mean, wow, just not exactly the greatest touch from the defender there, and then I mean, it looks like Outlaws was all 0 as well, which obviously doesn't help when you're trying to play high ball defense.
Right, correct. And, you know, I think one of the big things there, we saw a double commit from both teams moments before. We saw a double commit defensively, then immediately offensively from the Rhythm. The Rhythm then took that and locked down the communications for one beautiful moment where Gerg had the shot and Hose had a pretty good angle as well, but because of it, he ended up going for the bump. But enough talking about the goal that Rochester has scored. Now we got to discuss what's going on the other side of the field, as Napier and the offensive pressure from the Outlaws is too much. Finally, of course it's Divine to find the back of the net. He's been scoring seemingly everything on the side of the Outlaws, and we have a tied ball game. I wouldn't expect nothing else here in Game 5. Both these teams won it, and they won it badly. Gerg looking to set up a teammate, but Liquid Ice will elect to retreat as Napier goes up top. No touch. Liquid Ice now the follow-up against Divine. 50 kept extremely neutral. Both players with their flip. Finished off from Hose up against Divine. Light touch in the midfield line. Divine with the pass back towards Windy. Good communications offensively from the Outlaws, but they are not going to find the back of the net as Gerd can dribble it into the corner. The outline. Divine up top. Napier looking for a possible touch and a redirect, but cannot find it. Liquid Ice now up against one. Loses the 50. On the dribble comes Hose. Tries getting around Windy towards the near side post, but cannot do so. Gerg to maintain possession of the backboard. One touch up top. A demo from Napier means that the offense cannot continue their possession. It is Hose on the retreat. Windy up top. Divine to shot. Not on target. A rare target miss coming through from Divine. Hose with an opportunity to break out. On the reset. Over one, but can't get around Divine. However, a defensive double commit could be punished. On that time, a triple commit on the side of the Outlaws. You can smell the desperation coming through defensively. They are still able to hold. The question is for how long, and it looks like it's going to hold for long enough as Divine is finally getting the full field clear as we approach the final minute of regulation.
I mean, what a defensive hold. Even though there were a bunch of double and triple commits, they kept it out, which is all that really matters.
Now I got to try to turn it into something, because as we currently sit, this is still a tied ball game. Someone has to score to win this game, and obviously these two teams would prefer to score it in regulation. Or actually, no, maybe they would prefer to score in overtime. But obviously, when you're in overtime, you don't want to make that one mistake. At least in regulation, you have time still to work with. 30 seconds left. A goal here probably is going to be the difference maker between the two teams. Liquid Ice sends downfield with limited boost. Taken away by Napier. 50 downfield once more. Gerg is going to be there first. Hit off the ceiling. Hose is there, but Windy ends up having the read as Hose did not come through with the touch. Now Liquid Ice looking to play patient as the final 10 seconds come through. One touch. Divine. Infield pass. Hose to clear out wide and has boost to go running. Napier to challenge first. Does win the challenge and looks to set up the Outlaws for success. But look at Gerg with the reset. It still centers out. Hose and Liquid Ice both end up committing. Windy looking to get the shot on target.
What a shot!
Through 0 seconds. The Outlaws steal it.
I mean, what a goal from Windy. Top right, corner, and in.
That is outrageous. And you know for a fact the Rhythm are equally as stunned as the Outlaws. What a way of closing out the first series of the night. The Outlaws take it in Game 5 with nothing left on the clock.
I mean, wow. Like that was as close as it could have been without heading to overtime. And I mean, what a series. What a series, truly.
That was a crazy series, and that had to be a comeback as well because the Rhythm were the first team to score during that game. That was an unreal series. Congratulations are fully in order to the Outlaws. They do end up earning it in the most dramatic way possible, off the woodwork and everything. And I love seeing in the replays Divine, Napier, both guys freaking out, and rightfully so. That was an unreal play. You could see the shock on their faces. They were as stunned as we were. And what a Game 5 that was, Shig.
I mean, yeah. It's what a game, but what do we got up next? I'm trying to remember. Looks
that
like
is going to be
yes.
Yes, Senators and Inferno is going to be the next match, but I mean, I'm still stuck on that Game 5. That was impeccable.
I mean, yeah. What a game, truly. 0-second goal to end it all in Game 5. Like it doesn't get much better than that.
Definitely going to need chat to clip that some way or another, whether or not that's in the VOD later or that's right now. But regardless, everyone in here got to see an amazing matchup played out between the Outlaws and Rhythm. However, we are obviously not done for the night. We have another series coming up next at the 45-minute marker. So we will have another Rising Stars matchup between the Burnsville Inferno and the St. Paul Senators. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, we have a camera issue. That's okay, don't worry about it. We'll at least be able to hear the voice from here. I am McMaster, and joining me in the booth is Nuki. Nuki, my man, you got to see what we just saw. What in the world was that?
Oh no, my camera's not working. That's not good. That was something. That was something you might say. The shot from Windy, right? Windy, right at the end.
Right, correct.
But yeah, it was insane. I was not expecting it, and from the angle of the stream, I mean, it did kind of look like it was going to be a too high, right off the crossbar, hit straight down. Nah, man, nah, that was clean.
Yeah, that was unreal, and what a shot, what a series we got to witness. But obviously, we got a lot more entertainment coming up, and as players are starting to find the lobby, we obviously got to go over the teams a little bit. We have the Burnsville Inferno, the 7th seed, going up against the St. Paul Senators at the 9th seed. Both teams 2-2, but have found their ways to 2-2 in the complete opposite ways. As the Senators started off 2-0 in week 1, then dropped 2 last week, 1 to the Knights and 4, and the other to the Outlaws in 5. While the Burnsville Inferno started off 0-2, and then last week beat the Steelhawks and Jungle both in 4 games apiece. So we'll see if the Senators are able to carry a bit of momentum into the, or excuse me, not the Senators. If the Inferno can carry momentum in this series, they are, again, coming off of 2 victories. It has to feel good, but the Senators are definitely going to want to be on a revenge tour.
And 2 loss. You never want to be down by 2. And then you have
that sucks.
2 wins. That's great. That's something you can ride an adrenaline rush off of. You can take that and really move forward and be like, we played great in these 2 games. There's no way we're not going to play great in these matches. And then Senators, though, there's a bittersweet. But you always have a learn from a loss, as you might say. You can find something that you can pick up from. But yeah, Senators, I bet you they're going to be out for blood on trying to get back from those 2 losses.
Absolutely. All we're doing right now is waiting on the we're waiting on
no, me. No, we're waiting on a couple peeps.
We were waiting on the Senators currently. The Inferno are here.
Yes.
But we are currently waiting on the Senators. Once the Senators are all here, we'll go ahead and fire on in. I'm a little surprised that they're a little bit behind. Well, I guess now it is literally just crossed over into being a minute behind. Nuki, you've been around MCS longer than me. Do you know the rules on a team being late?
Nope, I don't. I wish I really did. I've been, I might have been in MCS longer, but we can go to a producer. I mean,
I believe it's 10 minutes for a 1 game. Like they get a 1 game advantage, and then it's 15 minutes for the series. I'm not completely sure, but
got you. 10 minutes in game 1 goes down, and then possibly 15 for the whole series. Okay. Oh wait.
Well, thankfully that is not a situation we're gonna have to end up dealing with, as the Senators have joined. I'm sorry, we can go ahead and end up throwing those guys onto the field now that everyone is ready to go. Everyone is here. This should be a fun one. Again, a very even series and 2 teams that are extremely close in seeding. The only thing separating them at the moment being game differential. That part does not matter, however. What matters right now is the 2 teams battling it out to see who will end up being positive going into their 2nd series of the night. To start things out, it is going to be the Senators looking to strike early. And on the fake, it is a great shot, but saved off the post. And Gold Dude trying to clear up high actually makes the defense a little bit more awkward. That goes off the post. Saved out wide again by J-May. It is absolute chaos to start off game 1.
Senators are absolutely battering the defense of Inferno already, putting pressure on top of them. And I mean, as we were talking a minute ago, an open goal already. Inferno's gonna see the first one on the net. Gold Dude able to sneak it by off of an open shot off the wall. The defensive Senators, they were all kind of all over the place after their offensive pass plays that they were having. They weren't ready to rotate back in time.
No, and Golden's even coming off the bench. Golden's subbing in for Hank the Tank and showing a high level of impact to start things off immediately. There was so much offensive pressure within the first 30 seconds. I don't know how it's gone against the Senators and then fallen in favor of the Inferno. But regardless of how, all that matters is that it has. It is currently 1-0 in favor of the Inferno, and they're looking to possibly make it 2. But V-Storm, is able to shut that down right away. Mikey has a touch. It'll center out as Gold Dude does not have the read on the backboard, and Mikey takes full advantage of the first goal.
already a return. We're seeing a return from Senators. I mean, it's good to see, especially since their offense was so strong coming out of the gate in the first minute of the match. And then, sometimes having that offensive pressure, being so aggressive, it can have that accidental flip. And that gave that opening for Inferno. Now Senators looking for their comeback, their climb back into the lead. Only being down by 1, it's not hard to get back. It looks like V-Storm's going to take it mid here, but J-Bay quick to follow it up, passing it forward. No, Brian able to intercept it in time. Senators taking complete control now. Brian looking for a pass. It is going to bump out. Mikey going to take it high, looking to follow, maybe put it down for V-Storm. Oh, nice save from J-Bay, keeping Inferno alive and a little bit more.
Now Goldude looks to spark some offense possibly for the Inferno, but it will be cleared out immediately by Mikey as he finds V-Storm on the pass. But look at this 50, it makes the defense left awkward, but J-Bay beat the ball by V-Storm, and now Brian breaking out in transition. On the dribble, avoids the bump. Goldude's 50 goes up towards the ceiling. It's going to waterfall in front of net. Great opportunity for Red Wizard, but he can't beat the defense to the ball. J-Bay the rebound. Mikey to clear. Goldude once again into the corner. Extra touch over the top. No bumps in front. V-Storm getting the clear on low boost. Everyone right now for the Senators is low on boost. However, Goldude and company are not able to break through as we currently still stuck at 1.
We're almost halfway through just game 1, and we're tied in score. But both teams, they're not letting up. Both of them looking to get the next goal. And right now, it looks like an opportunity for Mikey, but a nice save from Red, keeping it steady in front of the net, though. It's still in dangerous territory. Senators still have an opportunity, but no, J-Bay, who's been a beast on defense so far, able to get it away. Nice clear. Mikey going to take control. A nice pinch out. Red Wizard looking to follow. Gets the flipper set. No, it didn't get the flipper set and unable to follow it as V-Storm sends it away. Both of these teams kind of teeter-tottering back and forth right now. It's been steady now that they're both at the same 1-1 score. And McMaster, you've seen a lot of aggression coming from these teams. And I like I said a minute ago, I think it was Inferno that was down on their 2 losses, correct?
Yes. No. The Senators have dropped 2. The Inferno have won their last 2.
I mean, Senators are already out putting everything they can on the field.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, it's a little bit of a revenge tour they're looking to go on tonight as V-Storm does get around 1, but J-Bay with the extra clear out wide. V-Storm looking for boost, but there is none to steal. Brian 1 touch off the sidewall. V-Storm finding boost, looking for the possible corner double. Doesn't have it on lock. And now Red Wizard, read by Brian. This time J-Bay will get it downfield, but right now the Senators have been applying so much pressure. J-Bay's shot gets denied immediately as Goldude tries maintaining possession, but can't. Transition opportunity, but Red Wizard to deny. There's only 90 seconds left, Nuki. Certainly something is going to give.
Somebody's got to flip soon. Somebody's got to convert. They got to get the goal on the board. One of them needs to take the lead. If not, we're going to have an overtime in game 1 for how steady both of these teams have been sitting. Gold looking for the first opportunity for the lead. Brian, a nice save, keeping it out of the goal for Senators. A pitch, could see it in. Another save from Brian. A defensive beast right now. And we're close to a minute left. And those would have been the 2 opportunities for Inferno to take the lead. A nice angle from V-Storm. No! Off the post, Brian unable to get there and react in time to put it in, and that would have been a great opportunity for Senators to take the lead as well. Both Inferno and Senators had 2 opportunities to get the lead right then and there. Neither of them able to convert and get the score. The floater could be it, but J-Bay, a nice save. 40 seconds left. You're right, McMaster. One of these teams need to make the first move, get the next goal on the board in order to not have an overtime right now.
It might be Red Wizard, but he is red, and V-Storm has an opportunity. It's just sailing towards net and rolls off the post, and finally, the Senators have to be thinking to themselves, finally, the woodwork works for us and not against us, because if we had a counter, I would believe that it'd be up to around 4 or so, where it has hit the post and ended up going out. This time, it will stay inside of the net. The Senators claiming a late lead, but they got to be careful off this kickoff. V-Storm with 1 touch. Goldude, the pop-up. 2 players commit, but Red Wizard does win the 50 to the backboard. Brian on the clear out wide, gets the demo as well. Mikey can't actually secure it. Somehow he doesn't make contact. Now an opportunity is going to break through for the Inferno late. Off the sidewall, Red Wizard, air dribble, bumps being attempted, doesn't find its way through. It's saved off the bar and post by Brian. That will effectively shut down any and all opportunities for the Inferno. They might have one with 0 seconds. It's out in front, but saved by Brian once more. What a defensive stand from the Senators.
Hey, Senators, they were looking for it. We were talking about it. There we go. One. We got a game under our belt. It's now their momentum turn. So Senators being a series loss, they're out for blood like we talked about it about a minute ago. But we can't talk down for Inferno, though. I mean, a total of 6 shots from Inferno. Sure, Senators had a total of 12, and that's double what or Senators. Yes, yeah. I think I'm talking right math. Anywho, Senators now taking the first game. Maybe they'll have that momentum. Maybe they'll have the opportunity to take game 2 and run away with the series. But Inferno hasn't let them yet, and they've definitely kept great pressure.
Yeah, the offense has certainly been there on the centers. As you said, 12 shots. I'm not sure how many more times we're going to see the Inferno put up 8 combined saves. That was an incredible defensive game, but just not quite strong enough, and they're going to need a little bit more offensive output. 6 shots is decent, and they were even the team to score first, but it was off of a misplay from the Senators, and you simply cannot rely on your opponent making mistakes as your way of scoring consistently in this league and in this division. So we'll see if they're able to turn it around and create some organic opportunities, not off of the mistakes of the Senators. This could be a good opportunity on front. Net Gold Dude is just hunting for players on the back line right now. Does lose the 50 to Mikey, who's going to have a shooting opportunity off target. V-Storm, the rebound, not going to find its way through either, but does end up taking boost to the backboard. J-Bay on the turn. Brian, once again, just challenging early, and the speed right now looks to be an issue for the for the Inferno to deal with coming through from the Senators.
And right now, nobody able to get a goal on the board, but Senators being the first team to try right now. Almost an opportunity for Mikey, but a nice save coming from, I think that was Red Wizard who was up. J-Bay trying to take possession, but V-Storm, an absolute missile, ends up taking them out, not letting them have any time for possession. Red Wizard trying for a pass. Gold Dude looking to follow, but V-Storm still being a beast right now on defense, sitting on the line for Senators, not letting the ball creep any closer to their net. The double almost centering it, but Gold Dude able to send it away. A possible pop out. Gold Dude looking for the side. It's just a little short and hits the post. Oh, Inferno had the opportunity to get the first goal on the board, but the post is what kept them from doing so. Like they have the luck that Senators had in game 1.
If they end up losing this game by 1, you know for a fact they're going to be kicking themselves, because that was a golden opportunity that ultimately just didn't quite find its way through. However, this could be another as the defense is left awkward. Infield pass. J-Bay that was just slightly overcommitted. Does win the 50, but with no one else to challenge Brian right away, the offense fizzles out temporarily. Gold Dude from the ceiling, looking for the drop down, just off target. Rebound for J-Bay. That one will find the back of the net. And once again, the Inferno on top first. And look at J-Bay on the camera. I don't have any words for that reaction.
That was perfect. That was perfect for Inferno. That was a perfect reaction for J-Bay, you might say. Especially since Inferno taking the first goal like they did in game 1. They can't let it go, though, like they did in game 1. Holding defense might be their saving grace here. But Brian, not going to make it easy, trying to set it up. J-Bay able to slip through both offensive pressure from Senators. And the runaway ball, nobody falling from Inferno to try and keep it up. Everybody sitting back on defense. Brian looking to follow. Gets the flipper set, trying to follow it back up. But the defense of Inferno is just not letting them get too close to the net right now. Gold Duke meeting V-Storm with a nice 50. Brian going to take possession to the wall. Off the side, no Red Wizard there to intercept and beat him. It sends it to the far wall. A bounce out could put it up for Gold Duke. But a nice 50 from V-Storm. We've seen him on defense all night tonight, keeping the ball from hitting the back of Senators' net. Well, except for the one goal that Inferno has so far. And Senators really need to flip from defense and really start putting something on offense.
They had an opportunity to do so. There was a moment there where the Inferno, the entirety of the Inferno, were in one single corner, all on almost no boost reserves. That was a great time to break out, but even then, Senators just weren't able to do it, and the Inferno are still left in good standing for the time being as Gold Dude finds one across towards the sidewall. Now V-Storm, 50'd all the way downfield. J-Bay might just beat everyone to the ball. He does, and finds his way through. That won't hit crossbar. That will not hit the woodwork, and it will stay in the back of the net as the Inferno extend the lead.
That's Inferno's 2-0 lead now. That's what they needed. It's a 2-goal cushion. That means Senators needing to get 2 goals even just for an overtime is going to be a bit of a battle. A minute and 40 seconds left doesn't mean it's impossible, as that's plenty of time in Rocket League terms, but it's still going to be quite the fight. Mikey trying to take possession. Red Wizard still there to 50 him and put pressure on offense. A possible pass from J-Bay. Mikey now taking possession. Maybe faking it. No, does send it over the head of Gold Duke, but Red Wizard quick to beat him. Looks to pass it. faking the defense. J-Bay not able to get there as a nice save comes from Senators. Senators trying to do like what we said, convert. V-Storm seeing the first goal for Senators. Only one down now. They are working for it. They're trying to get there, whether it's for overtime or to take it back.
And I was originally confused as to what exactly happened because I thought I saw a member of the defense back in time, and I did at first. It was Red Wizard there, but he ended up taking the near post route and found himself awkward when the ball went across the net with a little bit too much speed, but he'll immediately get it back off the 50 as if the last goal didn't even happen.
Red Wizard, a nice pinch off of Brian. It just didn't look like Brian was ready for Red Wizard to challenge as quick as he did. Got it in an awkward position. They get that second goal. It's still 2-goal cushion now. They might have had their 1-goal Senators, but now they need to get 2 again. Oh, maybe another breakaway shot. It is going to go high. The post down, and J-Bay is going to seek and secure the 4th goal for Inferno. You know, it's going to be tough for Senators, and you know, a minute and 40 seconds is a lot of time in Rocket League time, but when you're under a minute, time flies by, and 58 seconds is going to be not a lot to try and get 3 goals just to put it into overtime.
Correct, and J-Bay's got to love that, knowing that was his hat trick as well. His 3rd goal now of the contest, being the team's 4th, and as you had said, there's, you know, in Rocket League time, sure, this is a lot, but with the way that the Inferno have been playing this second game, it's got to be no time at all. They would need something, and they would need it almost right away because they still find themselves down 2. But hey, they ended up hearing exactly what I had said, and now, again, 2 goals separating these 2 teams with 36 seconds left. That's more than enough time to work with.
Nice demo play. I'm not even gonna lie. There was some good communication coming from Senators. If they keep that up, there's a possibility. I mean, we've seen goals happen in 2 seconds. It's gonna be tough, but good communication is really what allowed them to get that opportunity and pounce on that opportunity, get that next goal. Brian trying to put it over the head of defense. V-Storm quick to follow, but Red Wizard there to save it and sweep it away. J-Bay looking for it, but Mikey able to get it just in time. Red Wizard still keeping the pressure. 20 seconds left. Senators need 2 goals, and Inferno is able to hold the pressure and keep the lead that they have right now. 10 seconds left, and Senators really need to get something, but I think Red Wizard pushing it away like this, putting the defense back on Senators with a second left. It's gonna look like Inferno going to take game 2, which is good. Senators, they take the first game. Inferno takes the second game. You're back on a level playing field, baby. We are now neck and neck, technically. I mean, they're both gonna be fighting for the lead in the series. That was a great takeaway from Inferno in game.
I will not be shocked if we end up finding ourselves onto Champions Field once more. This was an incredible return by Inferno after dropping the first. The offense showed up and had an explosion. It was 12 shots to 6 last game. This time 9 to 5, almost doubling the shots of the Senators, and really didn't have to worry about defense all too much. It was mainly because the offense was so potent that the Senators weren't able to generate any opportunities because they were so worried about defending in their own half. Great plays from the Infernos, an assist for every single goal that was scored. J-Bay with the hat trick, Red Wizard with the hat trick of assists. What else is there really to say other than the fact that the Inferno just stepped up there? That was a different team.
2-goal win. That was a really different team. You aren't joking there. And defense was really being put on it. Senators, they had 3 saves last game, which, I mean, doesn't sound like a lot, but 3 saves when you had, 9 shots on net. Now we're going to have to see if Senators can actually fully convert here, if they can swap from that percentage that they stayed on defense majority of the game and swap it over to offense. And it doesn't look like they're able to do so just yet, as Inferno is already putting a lot of pressure on Senators. Goldie looking for another pass. J-Bay quick to follow after Brian was just able to get it away. Mikey sending it downfield. Red Wizard looking for the opening. V-Storm quick to save it. And right now it's pretty stagnant for the first beginning of game 3.
The offense was just looking really good in rotation. However, that one again goes off the post against the Senators. They might have a rebound opportunity, but Red Wizard does clear, doesn't even need the boost. He's full speed, gets the extra touch to the backboard. J-Bay not there in time for the shot, but Goldude will return fire back in the orange half. Red Wizard up top. Brian, 1 touch. It's light, but it does end up getting away from him, and Goldude can intercept successfully. Mikey now with boost in the tank on the dribble. Attempted bumps come through, but instead it's Mikey who ends up getting a demo onto J-Bay. ends up respawning back in the corner where Red Wizard was heading. It's a light pop-up, and Brian is there for the touch. He'll drop out in front of net, and Red Wizard cleared outfield. Again, just some pot shots here and there from the two offense. No one's setting up anything crazy as of yet.
I mean, neither of them are really wanting to, overcommit. And nobody's wanting to over-rotate, give the opportunity to the other team to have an opportunity to score. So they're all working to make the opportunity. And the opening net could be the first shot, but it goes high as J-Bay tried to get the first goal for Inferno and take the lead like they did in the first two games early on. But it's just a little too much power, jumped a little too far up, and we're still sitting 0-0. And we're looking now, Senators putting a lot of pressure towards Inferno. But you're right, it's back and forth, just pop shots right now. Nobody able to get something to the back of the net just yet.
Now looking to start up the offense are the Senators with a shot on net with a good transition passing play, but Mikey can't find its way through. Now center down once more. Mikey on the turn. Defense slightly out of position, and Gold Dude ends up own goaling. No!
What?
That's how the first goal of this game is going to go through? That?
Oh no. Oh, and from who I was spectating, I know that was an accident, but it just looked so good. It was such a bad own goal. And it sucks that that's how Senators is going to have to take the lead, but at the same time, that's good for Senators. They need to take an early lead like Inferno has in the first two games, but it sucks that that's how it's going to be. But maybe they can ride that little mishap. I'm sure Gold Dude's probably a little shaken up now. They have something that they have to come back on. They got to show that they're not just here to own goal. And so now they're going to have to try and get a good conversion. As Brian already following up for Senators, looking to possibly pass it, but lets it go into Red Wizard's hand. Inferno now making their way downfield. J-Bay looking to pass it, but V-Storm quick to meet him. We're past halfway through game 3, and Senators take the first goal from an own goal.
And as you said, it was a very good looking goal. The placement on that could not have been much better coming through from Gold Dude. However, of course, that's not the net that he's trying to target. And, hopefully he's able to recover from that. But with under 2 minutes to go, one goal really could be the difference in this game. Who knows whether or not the Inferno will be able to break back, because the offense of the Senators has certainly looked better from a possessional standpoint. But J-Bay trying to make me eat my words on the bring back downfield, does have a dribble, but gets bumped off the ball, and V-Storm is there first, has a shooting opportunity, wins the 50 against Red Wizard. Here comes a shot from Brian, cleared out wide, J-Bay to receive, doesn't have the touch. It'll be Gold Dude up next on the dribble, light boost, but does get a good pop. Brian will be first there to it. Trying to get there from the sidewall. Red Wizard downfield does have J-Bay waiting in the wings. It's off the backboard. No one is there for a rebound. Gold Dude finally taking control, but Mikey has an effective clear once more. Pressure finally mounting in favor of the Inferno, but they cannot get through the defense.
Senators were really doing great on defense last game. We had 3 saves, 1 from each player. And right now, if they can just tap into that defensive mojo, the good zen that they had when they were holding defense, and just keep the 1-goal lead, that's all it will take. And they'll be in the lead after game 3. 50 seconds left, and Senators have not let Inferno have a lot of time to breathe, except for now. J-Bay able to take possession, does sneak it past one. Gold Dude looking to fake, but V-Storm there for a nice save, keeping Senators in the lead a little bit longer. It does go high for a nice pop for Senators to have the chance to take another goal. But Inferno quick to take possession. It goes over to the sidewall, and 30 seconds left, and Senators holding insane defense with the lead of 1 goal could be what gives them game 3 here, McMaster.
That bump from Gold Dude, he would have loved it. That was a demo, because Brian is the only one back, and that would have opened things up entirely. It may not be necessary, however. Mikey does beat Gold Dude to the ball. Precious seconds wasted off the clock as Mikey's able to play patient. It's a light touch around 1. Red Wizard tries to break out downfield. It's Brian who's going to dribble it out towards the midfield, around everybody, and a great way of securing game 2. Or excuse me, their second game is game 3. And you know for a fact Gold Dude is kicking himself for that. Not to mention the post miss earlier on as well. They had an open net they couldn't execute upon, and that ended up being the difference.
Oh man. I mean, wow. Yeah, he's definitely kicking himself. That's the only goal that Senators had. The only goal, and it gave them the 3rd game. So now you've really got something to work back for. But Gold Dude had good games. I mean, they had a good second game to get the series score there. I mean, so it's not like they're not gonna be able to have that conversion. But Senators held great defense. They did tap into that Zen zone that they were in the first 2 games, and ended up taking just needing that one goal, that one little slip up from Inferno. But sometimes that's all it takes to get the momentum and the lead that you.
Absolutely, and we'll see if they're able to answer back now. I would think that the Inferno would be a little bit upset at that and a little bit motivated possibly by the manner of which they ended up conceding and ultimately dropping game number 3. And now this is their last life. So I'm expecting a lot of fire to come through from the Inferno side, pun entirely intended. They might have an opportunity early as it's off the backboard, but Mikey's double keeps it close to the backboard. On the pop-up, Red Wizard to follow. Mikey there in time once more. This Senators defense, not enough could be said about how well they are performing.
You're so right. But then again, offense from Inferno has been nothing but just battering, and that they looked for the early goal again, the early lead that they've looked for. But Brian from Senators is gonna see the first goal for game 4, and that's gonna be the lead for them. They took the one goal in game 3. That was their early lead, and now they're taking the early lead here. Maybe they figured out it's what they gotta tap into. You take the first goal, maybe that's all it takes to take the game. But I mean, if they can do what they did in game 3, hold great defense with the 1-goal lead, then we could see them taking game 4. V-Storm popping it to Brian. Brian with low boost, unable to get there in time. And Golduke, who had that unfortunate own goal, is really going to be out for blood, trying to make up for what happened. Red Wizard looking for the angle, but it's just a little bit off the post. And Inferno already looking to convert on offense right now.
Golduke had another opportunity on the rebound, but couldn't find his mark. Once again, trying to be centered out. Mikey gets bumped off the ball. Goldude is there first into the corner once more. Under one on the dribble. Does get the 50 off the post. Red Wizard doesn't make contact with the ball. J-Bay on the turn. 50 in front. Still awkward for the defense. And Brian once again with the clear. How this is not 1 goal apiece is beyond me. But Golden Company are still trying to make it happen. It falls into the corner. Mikey's touch goes a little bit awkward. And Goldude was searching for bumps, but none of his teammates helped on the commit. On the dribble now. Slows it down goes Brian. Red Wizard will have a touch out wide. Again, though, I'm stunned by the Senators' defense, as Inferno have to be. They have to be wondering by now, what is it going to take to cross over the line?
They haven't been able to get through any cracks in the concrete, you might say, as Senators apparently seem to not really have any when it comes to putting up a wall in front of their net. Right now, though, V-Storm looking to try and keep pressure from Senators on offense. J-Bay doing a little bit of an awkward 360. The ball sitting stable. Mikey looking to send it out. V-Storm quick to follow, and it sits a little short. Inferno, you know, this might be 1 goal for Senators, but boy, is it a dangerous goal, because it means the possibility for Inferno to lose the entire series. All Senators need to do is keep hold of that insane defense, and they can secure it right here and there. But no, Red Wizard gonna sneak through. They found the crack. It might not have been a big one, but it was big enough to slip through, and they made it work. It now ties the score up with just a little bit over half of the game left for game 4.
I think the Inferno have finally found the blueprint that they were looking for, which is to get physical. They've been attempting bump plays all game long, and that time they're finally rewarded. Mikey caught out of position and couldn't get anything else, couldn't get out of the way of the defenders, the offenders, I guess, in time. But instead, now physical play is being brought through in return on the side of the Senators. Now look at the Inferno trying to break through. Red Wizard, no double available to him. Mikey up top from the ceiling. Extra touch over the top of Goldude. Up next to it will be J-Bay. Does get bumped slightly. Now V-Storm has a shot. Mikey searching for bumps, but Red Wizard able to avoid. Brian, the only one back, does elect to dive early, and it's a very successful challenge. Now up against Goldude. Brian again winning it out. No touch from Red Wizard. J-Bay 50 into the corner. Red Wizard left awkward. It's around him in the corner. V-Storm midfield pass. Mikey the turn. Shot. It's a floater. Red Wizard does get the touch to clear up high. Now it's the Inferno's defense that looks to hold on. But one of these teams, again, has to convert offensively. This is, again, a 1-goal game. And honestly, with the way these two teams are playing, 1 goal could absolutely be the difference. It doesn't have to be 2 or 3 goals. All it takes is 1.
We saw the small crack that Inferno was able to break through on Senators. If they could find the same one again, or even find a secondary to slip it through, we could see game 5. But Senators still needing to get another goal on the board after having the first one and holding it for so long. They just got to get that second one. And we could see it here from Brian. The ball is still sitting there. Goldude able to clear it away in time. and Inferno trying to change the, what would we say, the pressure, I guess, from defensively to offensively onto Senators. Goldu looking for a pass, but no, Mikey quick to shut it down. Red Wizard looking to challenge. Mikey taking it low, being a little smart, and not bouncing it too high. Under a minute left. The game is tied, McMaster, and both of these teams, they're fighting for different reasons. Senators to take the whole thing right here and now, and Inferno fighting to stay alive a little longer. Oh no, that was the Inferno's chance.
That absolutely was it, and it felt like it had to go. However, they are still applying pressure, and double commits are not going to help out the the Outlaws played last series. The Senators this time around, Brian does get bumped into the ball by Goldu, and V-Storm has to fully retreat, now counting down from 20. V-Storm with Mikey in tandem, clear downfield. Red Wizard to collect boost up against Mikey. It's a nuke downfield. V-Storm has no boost. It's going to sail through, and Red Wizard and the Inferno are within reach of Game 5.
Oh, I don't know if you heard me, but I literally yelled. I was like, no boost, because it was an unfortunate situation. V-Storm getting put back with nothing to have an opportunity to save that ball with. Inferno getting the opportunity. They found the second crack in the wall, and they broke right on through. They busted through as they're able to hold it just a little bit longer. These last 3 seconds, they're going to be able to put us into Game 5. Oh, wait, it's sitting mid. V-Storm, no! The save from Red Wizard getting the savior for this game, and it does go down. Inferno managed to stay alive a little bit longer. This is what we were looking for in Masters Game 5, man. This is good.
That is a crazy game and a crazy way that's being converted upon, with Red Wizard just finding the Hail Mary downfield. That was a classic Rogers to Janice play. If you know, you know. But Red Wizard, with a bomb downfield, simply finds its way over the head of the boostless defender. And now, for the second time tonight, Game 5 once more. The shot count's almost even, literally one being the difference. That could not have been a closer game.
Real. Now, with Game 5, Inferno fought. They've clawed. They have made it up the mountain. And they were looking for the early lead again. And they're still fighting for the early lead. They've really worked their way all the way up to Game 5 to stay alive a little bit longer. But Senators, having the 2 series loss, they're really climbing, really fighting for this victory. And they've put up quite the fight after taking Game 2 and Game 3, right? Yeah, Game 3. Right now, it's any team's game for how well they've both been playing.
Absolutely. And, ever since that own goal dude has been able to step up and show that he absolutely deserves to be here. It's going to be Brian, however, looking to go against him on the dribble. An awkward pop from the turtle position, but doesn't end up getting saved. Goal dude with another save on the goal line, this time up against V-Storm. Brian out towards the backboard. No bumps available for him. J-Bay, the 50, and Red Wizard with a touchdown field will be a temporary clear, as I thought Brian was going to turn back on it, but instead it's V-Storm to take possession. 50 off the ceiling. Brian taking his time. It's J-Bay to challenge first. Tries getting around. It's a light touch, and Goldu does take out Brian, but Mikey's control proves to be more than enough, as on the reset, he's able to make sure the clear does come through. First minute or so, I should say, because this game is just flying by. There hasn't been much from either team. However, Red Wizard has the double tap on through. Make me eat my words, Red Wizard.
Oh my gosh. Oh my word, Inferno. And I've seen Red Wizard try to get a couple of double taps tonight. But everybody on defense has just been shutting them down on the backboard, and they took their time. They saw the opportunity to show off the skill, and that is the first goal on the board for, wow, and V-Storm quick to follow him up. I was so confused on what was happening there, and Senators quickly tied it right up.
And that's good for them, because that goal that they had given up to Red Wizard prior was a beauty. To be able to answer back right away means that, you know exactly where their confidence levels are at. You know that they haven't dropped off. They weren't stunned by that. They came back and scored themselves, but instead now shot on target finds its way through from J-Bay, finding the near post and snipes it between the post and Brian.
J-Bay now putting Inferno 1 in the lead, and that's what they're looking for. Like I said a minute ago, they climbed and fought for this, fought for Game 5, just trying to stay alive, and they are showing their worth. So after a quick return from oh my goodness, from Senators, they quickly got another goal back on the board. 3 minutes left. And J-Bay's looking to put it high, possibly a follow from the team. No, nobody else there, but Brian, quick possession, flick it over the head of one, and looking for the follow. But V-Storm is going to be the one to do so instead. Right now, Inferno's really, really strong on defense and offense, and Senators wait the open from Gold Duke, and that's the 2-goal lead for Inferno. Brian not able to get there in time, had plenty of boost to do so, but it almost looked like they stalled right there. No, it's too far back inside of the net, and that puts Inferno 2 in the lead. Exactly what they were needing.
Finally, Goldude can breathe. He's able to get back the goal that he gave up, and it is a big one at that, doubling the lead to 2 with still a lot of time on the clock, but that's also equally, time on the clock that you can use to keep growing the lead. And Goldude just looking more and more confident with every challenge. Tries circling back for a double against Mikey, but can't. Red Wizard now off the waterfall. V-Storm does have an awkward touch across net. Under half the game remaining. Here comes J-Bay towards the backboard. Red Wizard boosting the tank on the air dribble up against one. It's Brian up top, does get the 50 out wide, and Mikey's demo onto Goldude means that J-Bay has no choice with the challenge early. Time ticking down slowly but surely, and with every waning second, the Inferno get that much closer to another victory.
Senators really need to convert right now. Something needs to swap from defense to offense. They need to find a way to make something happen. Get 2 goals on the board. They had a good lead. They were looking to take it, but Inferno had a nice sweep, or nice return. I'm sorry. To bring us to Game 5, and they're not wanting to let it go. They're not wanting to give up that climb that they have. But Senators, they've really been sitting. Oh my gosh, Red Wizard has been an absolute beast offensively for Inferno all this game. Really getting some insane shots. The only person with 2 goals on the board so far, and a save, and 4 shots on the board. I'm stumbling because a 3-goal lead right now after climbing all the way back up to Game 5 and pulling out some great mechanics that we're seeing from Inferno is insane.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen how close the series was throughout the entire course of it. We saw a 1-goal game, again, decided by an own goal. I have to add that. The fact that they've been able to fight back from that game and still find themselves not just in Game 5, but in such an advantageous position with very limited time on the clock has been unbelievable, and what a great showing the Inferno have provided us with, while the Senators unfortunately just still can't seem to get themselves going. It's a double save from J-Bay and Red Wizard. Only a minute left. Time is ticking away. The Senators need life, and they need it now.
They are looking for any opportunity that they can. Brian had trying to flip it a minute ago. V-Storm popping it up. Maybe Mikey trying to find a bump. But it just looks like Inferno is in sync right now, is really in the heads of Senators, understands everything that's happening on the field. And with 30 seconds left, a 3-goal lead, they're going to need a breakaway goal. Senators are, and the waterfall could be caught, but a nice save keeps Mikey from hitting the back of the net for Senators. And Inferno, the 3-goal lead, 20 seconds left. I think it might be the dagger and the finisher. I think Inferno might have climbed their way back from the bottom of Everest, really worked through the pitfalls that they have went through, didn't have to leave anybody behind, climbed from an own goal back, Goldude really trying to show that they were worth it, and they ended up taking the 5 the series after a nice shot from Goldude taking the 0 second. I mean, that was their makeup for their own goal, clearly.
I think that's very relieving for Goldude to know this series will not be remembered for that calamity. Instead, it will be remembered as a comeback victory in the form of Inferno rattling off 2 games straight to win the series. 5-1, a dominant game in this final Game 5. Outstanding series from the 2 teams, but this time it will be the Inferno carrying momentum from last week into this week. That is now 3 straight W's coming through from the Inferno, and they're just getting started.
Definitely, definitely something to be proud about, especially since you're now, yeah, 3 straight W's. But I mean, Senators, they put up quite the fight. They definitely had something that they figured out after those first 2 series losses, and they didn't let it go easily. There was no sweeps that happened. There was plenty of back and forth from both of these. They fought all the way to the end. I know we have more coming up, but I haven't been filled in on what is. Maybe McMaster, you know?
Yeah, let me go ahead and take a look for you. We actually have back-to-back matches with the Burnsville Inferno. They stay on stream. So they're coming off a win on
Ah,
stream against the Senators, and now will have to face the Lumberjacks, where as they sit right now are the 4th seed. So they went from facing 9 to now having to face the 4th seed Lumberjacks, who are 3-1 on the season. Coming off of 2 wins as well. One was an FF win, but they still got a win in their other series as well. So it should be a fantastic matchup between 2 top 10.
forward to it.
Este jueves, nunca volverás a ver una película así. Mission Impossible es la película de acción del
back, everybody, to some more MCS action. 30 seconds as well. Get this started, right?
Hey.
First, really quick recap of that last series. Banger series. What do you think about that one?
Yeah. Honestly, to get to cast it was a pleasure. Series, 5-game series. That was awesome. Inferno really deserved that win, especially after that and climb back. I mean, hey, we're about to see them happen again. Maybe it'll happen again.
Yeah, they're going back to back on Inferno versus Lumberjacks. This one, Lumberjacks pretty high seated currently in the standings. They're number 4. Inferno was 7th. They're going to be climbing with that last win now. How this one matches up? Do you have any?
I'm, I'm gonna go Inferno just because of how the game went. I mean, just because of how the game went, they're gonna be right in that adrenaline. What about you? What about you?
I think I'm gonna go Lumberjacks here. I think Inferno are a very solid squad. Obviously, they last have that one, but at this Lumberjacks, I really like that roster. I think their 3rd rounder, Cosmic, it was kind of a sleep pick at that range. So I think he's going to be dangerous out of that backside, as well as, of course, Hero. They're going to be a good duo. We'll be getting into that shortly, but I mean, how does playing back to back on this affect? Is it more of a positive thing? Do you think? I think it's a negative case of. How do you think?
Well, in the case of Inferno, we gotta take it as a positive. You can't take a win. Yeah, exactly. You can't walk away with a win and be like, oh, can't believe I just won on stream and I gotta play again. And I'd be like, I just won on stream. I'm about to kick butt again. It's gonna be a 3-0 sweep, and that's exactly what Inferno is gonna be looking for.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see right away if they can maintain that momentum. We are about to get into game 1. Inferno versus the Lumberjacks. These are two well-seeded, like I mentioned before. So, going into the major one next week to be important for those standings. And right off the bat, Lumberjacks start off with a goal.
Gonna take the first goal, and Hero's gonna be the one to do it for him. And we were seeing Inferno be the original head lead, you might say, when it comes to taking the first lead, the first goal, like they did in the past couple matches. But now we're definitely seeing a little bit of a change. Lumberjacks being fresh on the field might have a fresher mind than Inferno, so having that first early goal could be a good thing for them. Hero already trying for a good 50. Cosmic taking it to the wall. Great 50 from Gold Duke, sending it out wide. J-Bay, a nice pinch, maybe a possible pass. It is going to be fouled by Red Wizard. Hero quick to intercept it, though. J-Bay to the sidewall. Inferno and the Lumberjacks already so aggressive first minute of this match.
Yeah, both teams trading possessions. It hasn't even been a full minute yet. Chances from both teams. Obviously, Lumberjacks were able to get that first one actually away. Gold Dude, especially with a shot, goes for a fake instead. White beat by Cosmic. Duke get a touch there. Red Wizard, middle. Only going to be as far as 1. Now, backline, everyone's low boost for Lumberjacks, but they get it.
Inferno now maybe getting a time for possession. Red Wizard had a nice double tap last game. Showed their mechs right at the end. Hopefully we'll see some more mechs come from them. Middle of the series here. Cosmic quick to take possession for Lumberjacks. Unable to make anything happen for a center, though. J-Bay, quick interception. Hero taking possession now. Off the sidewall. Tried for a follow. Flipper set, but no momentum. No oomph behind the next possible flip. And Gold tried to get there, but a little bit short. It's still back and forth, of course, with Lumberjacks being the first on the board. Inferno going to be trying to climb back. A possible shot for Gold Duke, but he swung away. Playing it safe as Hero was right on top of it. Gosh, we're already seeing a lot of pressure from both of these. And I mean, I know I went Inferno a minute ago, but Lumberjacks being the first on the board, I might have messed up.
But the Inferno are still putting a lot of pressure on. They could absolutely get something here, but Jack's trying to extend it, and they will. Hero gets the next one. That one finds the opening fence. Get that one away. Cosmic was able to get that one through from the sidewall somehow. Defenders there. on the corner. JB now trying to answer though. Red Wizard quite beat him. Well, dude, first to this one. Doesn't get back. JB doesn't get the clear that he's looking for. Gold Dude trying to get that one clear, but throw boost now. Back into the side of the Inferno here. On this one, very quickly. Red Wizard, 0 boost, but it is a threat. That's going to be on target. That one's going to go through. Inferno.
Hey, that's Inferno. Yeah, sorry, I didn't pick it off. Flash, my bad. That was a great shot from Inferno. I mean, it was a bar down, but exactly halfway into the first match, and Red Wizard gonna be the first one to take the shot for Inferno. I mean, it's a goal on the board. It's 1 goal. Wait, the dunk. It could be. It is. And Gold's gonna hit it right off the post after a nice dunk. Inferno already back up on the board, 2-2. After just 13 seconds in, after 1 goal, they're gonna get their second. They weren't just gonna let it sit and teeter-totter for a minute. They were gonna try and take it with the momentum that they already had. iCosmic following quick off of kickoff, and the ball is gonna fly for a possible shot. But the bump from Gold Duke was so calculated that Lumberjacks was unable to do anything about it. Right now, it does look like Inferno's flopping the momentum, really converting from defensive to offensive right.
Yeah, Gold Dude was up so early for that dunk there, and Luke just and he got beat so hard. Able to get that one away was Gold on last goal, and now kind of a change back in momentum, right back to Inferno side in that one back. You would have thought that if someone was going to take game 1, if Inferno was going to take game 1, right from the start, maintaining the momentum they had from the last series. Just like the last series, it's already been back and forth now, as far as momentum is concerned. So we'll see if they can continue this one rolling, because they're tied up now. Even 1 more goal could seal this game. First, Red Wizard gonna have a chance here. Gonna go over 1. Not quite on target though. JB. Old Dude up first for that one. Are as hero though. Hero boost. Gonna get to this one. JB might be first to this. He is. Beat out the defender, but Cosmic. Great clear coming out from him on his end. 1 minute left. And this one's tied up still. And real tight.
Oh, man. You ain't kidding. It is real tight. I mean, I was expecting Inferno to ride that rush, the adrenaline, and really a lot of the momentum that they had in the game that they just recently played. But Lumberjacks being fresh on the field, having that fresh time, the open mind, maybe to see, even if they watched previously how Inferno played, know that Inferno likes to take the early lead. They love taking the early goal, and we saw that a lot. So that's probably where Lumberjacks really decided, hey, let's flip the script. We'll take the early lead. Let's make Inferno climb back up. And now Inferno, they had no problem doing that. They're tied, and with 20 seconds left, we're either going to have an overtime, or Lumberjacks, Inferno, are going to be able to flip and the next goal. A possible nasty angle from iCosmic, but it's just a little too sharp as it goes wide to the corner. JB taking possession, trying to keep it on top of their head. Red Wizard, their turn for it. iCosmic, a pinch off, and it's into the hand of Gold, but it's gonna hit down. We're gonna see game 1 overtime.
Yeah, those are some plays that you just don't really see from third rounders. I mentioned iCosmic right at the beginning. I think he was a steal in that draft, and being that third rounder going for a shot like that had some confidence oozing right there. We might be seeing some more right here. iCosmic trying to get up that one. Let's beat him out though. Red Wizard trying to get it clear. Is going to be able to. Demo coming out. Bit of space now, but well dealt with again by iCosmic. eBay gets some control. Goes for a 50. Able to. Off the backboard. Red Wizard a little bit far for that one. Throw up for that. If he had any boost, he might have been able to beat him. That play goes by the wayside. Now cleared out. J-Bay. Gold Dude. Gonna try to get that one forward. Hero has to make the hero save, and does. 50 now coming out. Takes control and into this overtime now. And once again, both teams trading chances.
Both teams trading chances, and both teams having just as many opportunities to get the goal, the victory OT win, and the flu for Red. It is gonna see Red. That is what we see right now. That's all we see is Red Inferno able to put it right through and get the game 1 under their belt and get the ball rolling. Their momentum. Maybe That's definitely what a Blaze does when Inferno happens. It picks up momentum, picks up fuel. Maybe that's what Inferno's doing, especially with that OT right there.
Took them a second to get back into that one. It kind of felt like Lumberjacks were going to with that one in the first minute or two. Quick bounce back in the middle of that game. Hard fought victory on that one. Maybe that's going to be the series score again. Maybe we go another game 5. I know we went game 5 in the last couple series. Another close series, why not, right? But Lumberjacks absolutely have the ability to bounce back in this. They showed a lot in that game, a lot of pressure. And that they can bring it back. Nuki, what are you thinking? What are you wanting to see from that Lumberjack squad to maybe turn the tide on this one? It was really close. There can't be that much different. There's not that much difference between it. Can't be. Doesn't have to be a big change, but really something was in favor of the Inferno.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Something was just clicking for Inferno when it came down to overtime, and it's almost clicking now. J-Bay had a really good opportunity for a shot, but Lumberjacks, they took the early lead in game 1. They aren't searching as heavily for the early lead as they did in game 1 now, and I feel like maybe sitting back on the back burners, letting Inferno run out of fuel, run out of energy. Fire does. Could let them get back. I mean, it's kind of ironic. We're versing Inferno versus Lumberjacks. This is Fire versus Wood, and every time Wood's gonna lose to Fire, but it would be the chance for Wood to fight back, you might say. Cosmic gonna try and get it past J-Bay, looking for a quick follow, looking for the shot, a nice dunk, an opportunity still, but it's just a little shy for gold. Red looking for it, it is gonna hit, and Inferno's gonna take the first goal. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. They love taking the early lead, and Lumberjacks shut it down in game 1, so they're out for that blood, the revenge early on.
Inferno keeping the ball rolling here. That case, literally, it was a ground shot. So, yeah, Inferno just pressure pushing, and it really feels like they're in control now, pulling the pace. I think you mentioned you want the Lumberjacks to kind of let them. You want them to sit back, fumbling over my words a little bit, and let the pressure come to them. But it can't be the Inferno that are forcing you. That has to be your own pace. You have to be able to still force them out. Have to still be able to challenge when you want to, not when you have to. And that felt like it was desperation mode for the Lumberjacks on the back line. Broke. Okay. How to keep this one going for Inferno as Lumberjacks attack dies out. Red Wizard can hit this one off the backboard. Well with though. By Cosmic. Across the backboard. Oh, good follow by Cosmic there. Red Wizard for a double off the corner here. Miss by Cosmic. Matter though. Inferno was not expected. And called out again a little bit here midway through the game. Gold Dude not going to be able to make contact with that. And playing a little bit of midfield battle now.
Let's say right now we are seeing both teams stay a little more cautious, play a little bit more on the east side of things, not rotate. They're noticing that they all have their own cracks on defense, and at any point in time, the offense could slip through J-Bay. Though I mean, J-Bay clearly doesn't have a crack on defense. A nice save from them to keep Inferno with a 1 goal in the lead. If Inferno can hold defense like they have done so well, as we've watched them for the past 45 minutes do, then they could take this game. A nice redirect from Red Wizard, and it almost went in, but a save from Pro. Red has started pulling out the mechs that we were end of the last series. That's definitely, I think, the momentum that Inferno is riding off of right now is Gold and Red. And honestly, J-Bay's team chemistry is what's kept them in the lead.
Oh, another one sneaks through there, and maybe just finds an opening. Ice Cosmic touch hero doesn't quite follow it up, and 0 boost. Cosmic can't get back to that. That one seemed to come out of nowhere. They're de-escalating the situation because it felt like it was de-escalating there, and then suddenly it just went to the back of the net. Inferno will absolutely take that one, but that was not a forced goal. It was definitely a mistake coming out from the Lumberjack side. You definitely don't want to be seeing that if you're a Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks have to be able to control the pace of this one, and they are not doing so. Inferno controlling every aspect of this so far. iCosmic going to be going up for this one, going to try to get past 2 who do commit. They are able to get the save. Duke takes some control here off the ceiling. Going to be trying to get this one forward off the backboard now. Is there a follow-up? There is. Hero only able to get a 50 though. JB going to be first to that one. Hero try to get this one mid. Tunnel coming out from Red Wizard might relieve some pressure, but maybe not. Maybe that one falls. Not quite though. Gold Dude just buying time. Doesn't have to do anything with that. Hero boost. It's a great 50 now. JB is going to be able to finalize that clear.
Looks like right now, Inferno being in the lead, 2-0 with 50 seconds. The possible redirect coming from Lumberjacks right when they need it. A nice pass play. iCosmic off the wall, meeting the front of Hero. A beautiful shot, putting it right above the defense of Inferno. That's going to be their first goal. Now looking to climb right back. 50 seconds left. It's not impossible. Lumberjacks could have the comeback here in game 2 if they keep the momentum that they now have created for themselves. As you might say, a great conversion from defense to offense if they can keep it forward. But J-Bay not letting it happen that easily. Not gonna say it's gonna happen that easily. Inferno now responding quickly. Still 2 in the lead. 30 seconds left. Kinda is looking like Inferno might be running away with game 2, especially after game 1 here, Clash.
Yeah, I was really looking for Lumberjacks to passing plays, but then all of a sudden, way through, I wasn't really back on defense. Not sure if someone was waiting on a corner or something, or if it was just the touch by Hero that went a bit more awry. That expecting. Either way, that was a free one given away. Inferno keep it rolling now, bro. Up first to this one, they have to get this thing moving. They're not going to be able to. J-Bay still on the ball. Red Wizard. This one forward, only Cars Duke, but he still has to go the full length of the field. He will not. This might be another one for the Inferno. It is. Game 2 is done and dusted. Lumberjacks are going to have to reverse sweep.
Oh, yeah, that right there is going to be the dagger, as you might say, that pins down this match, or this game, for Lumberjacks, and they're going to have to shake off the dust. Really look for I hate doing corny puns. Ooh, Cosmic already seeing the right corner. I was gonna do a corny pun and really get the blade up and running, but that was just kind of, I really feel like that was gonna work. So but Lumberjacks, yeah, they're gonna have to try and climb on back here, especially if it's gonna see a game 5 or reverse of Flash and Inferno. 2 goals in the lead. I mean, we're not going to point out Gold Duke. I mean, did good, but Red Wizard and J-Bay, on the other hand, they really had the performance of a lifetime for game. Might say, I don't see any zeros on the board for them, and kind of what kept them in the lead.
Yeah, you don't have to do much if you have 2 teammates that are so solid. As long as your rotation being solid, not creating openings in that rotation. But honestly, as that third, you don't have much. Gold Dude, as long as he's playing solid, which he's doing all he needs. Red Wizard, rookie coming in this season. A lot of people weren't able to see him in combines. I was able to. He was very, very solid player. That was one where I was potentially even thinking him foul spot. Like that's how good Red was. So very impressed with the way he's playing, but J-Bay been around for a minute now, and he keeping it rolling. This one waterfalls down. Great read by J-Bay. Inferno just on going. They have not let up yet.
There was a lot of waterfall shots that happened recently that honestly I thought were going to convert into goals, but somehow defense has been really, really strong, and I'm shocked that this was the time that a waterfall, the ball waterfall in front of the net was the time that it didn't get saved, and it did actually get put in as a goal. And Inferno taking their early lead like they did and wanted to in game 2 could be what gives them the win. Right now, we have to see Lumberjacks get a goal on the board. This is dangerous waters for them. This one goal through the whole game could spell their demise in the series. but it could be the win for Inferno. And Duke was already trying to get it there, but a bump lets Red Wizard push it downfield. Cosmic quick to shut it down. Red Wizard, another quick interception, sends it downfield into the hands of Duke. And it's a bounce back and forth between right now after Inferno got the first goal on the board.
I'm for some sort of spark from Lumberjacks here. Not be able to connect, feeling a little bit open. It feels Inferno are unbreakable right now. Demo plays just like that are going to be the result as the entire team gets demolished. And it didn't do anything. Inferno somehow got it all the way back to Lumberjacks, and every single player on Inferno weren't there, and somehow it didn't matter at all. I don't really understand how that one happened. Hero gonna try to get that one past, but couldn't. Cosmic Hero boost gonna calls out the entire play. No controlling going into that corner. I want to see some control coming out of the Lumberjacks here. Maybe some team passing play. I'm not sure. They need to try something because right now it's all Inferno.
3 minutes left, and 1 goal on the board for Inferno. It is all Inferno. We are needing to see Lumberjacks start piecing together from defense, work together on offense, pass plays, work between the other players on the field, and get back up there. But Red Wizard not going to make it easy. They put the second goal on the board for Inferno, and we've seen Red Wizard all night just hit the back of the net consistently, and it's definitely what's gotten Inferno the 2 series wins so far, and they're looking for the third, looking for the 3-0 sweep. And unless Lumberjacks can get some extra goals, Cosmic looking for the double, but it's just a little too high. That would have been disgusting from Lumberjacks. Would have been absolutely what we wanted to see. They're just trying to force their way through the defense of Inferno, but so far Inferno holding extremely strong with 2 minutes left. It could go to Inferno really easily.
I really feel like iCosmic is doing the most for this Lumberjacks team. And that after I said that, didn't do anything in that play. It was cleared out by Red Wizard. Only as far as Duke though. Slot the top of the right corner there by Duke, and Lumberjacks get one now. A little bit of momentum coming out from them now. Maybe they can bounce back. Gonna have to if they want to take this. Again, they cannot lose another one. They have to win every game from here on out if they want to take this series. iCosmic gets another goal here, and just like that, it's time.
That's what we needed. Lumberjacks, we were looking for you. We were wanting it, and it happened. That was a nice pass play from Hero to Cosmic, and 2 goals on the board. It didn't take long for them to get those 2 goals, thankfully. And that means they can still run comfortable. Hero looking to the backboard. Maybe a possible follow-up, but a nice clear comes from Inferno. Cosmic quick to send it right back down. Almost a waterfall, but Red Wizard able to send it out. Nobody moving too quickly or too subtle or too soon, as both of these teams just trying maybe hold till overtime, and it be the 1 goal settler or get the 1 goal settler now. Hero looking to pass it down right into the hands of Cosmic, who just got it a little too high. That would have been exactly what Lumberjacks needed. The redirect coming from Hero and the follow from Duke. And Lumberjacks push it right on through, getting the 1 goal lead that they were looking for, and I know all of us were looking for.
Barely misreading that one. Goes off the post. Definitely thought it might have been in, and it absolutely could have been, but unfortunately for him, it was not. And off the post, now open net coming from the Lumberjacks. Now Inferno have to respond again. Back and forth. They know how to play with that. They improved it last game. Duke trying to peek on them. Didn't quite get that one through. Well defended by Inferno. Red Wizard gonna be up first for this one. Trying to get one for his team now. Duke clear it out, but only as far as J-Bay. J-Bay gonna get this one middle to a teammate. Gold Dude first to that. 50's middle. Gonna be there though from Inferno. Red Wizard gonna be going, but not gonna be able to get it on target. First here, laying it out. Gold Dude shot on target. Save though. iCosmic. J-Bay in the middle, going for a double tap. Doesn't quite get it out. Target. That was definitely a chance. Now, Red Wizard playing this one to the corner. Challenging him early. iCosmic, as early as he can, is up. Dude, with the shot, not quite on target. Inferno holding so much pressure. They have to get 130 seconds. This one's going to go through. Red Wizard punches this one home, and it's a tie game again.
A minute ago, all we see is red tonight, and Red Wizard are them. 30 seconds left. 3-3 in game 3. It's almost like a sign, but at the same time, Inferno, they had the lead, and then Lumberjacks got the lead. They let it slip, but they're coming back. Hero looking for that second opportunity to put it through, the opportunity that they could find. They took it. That puts them a goal up. 22 seconds left. Inferno needing to do exactly what they were doing a minute ago. They weren't letting anybody on Lumberjacks breathe. And that's what gave them the opportunity to put it in. They need to do the exact same thing. Suffocate the defense, find the back of the net, put it into overtime if they want the 3-0 sweep opportunity. It's going to float up right down into J-Bay's hands. A bump trying to find an opportunity for Inferno. It's Red Wizard and J-Bay, but Duke quick to shut that chemistry down as he sends it far to the corner. And we see Lumberjacks take game 3 and start their climb back from the bottom.
Don't let them get the next one. Don't let them get the next one, because if they go to game 5, that's good. I don't know. That's going to be really in favor of Lumberjacks at that point. Backs will be against the wall, as in not wanting to let that reverse happen. That is the worst feeling, letting a reverse sweep happen, knowing that you were so close, especially with the lead in that game 3, letting that slip. One goes in favor of Lumberjack. It's going to be real tough for Inferno to close this one out. They want to right here. Inferno want to bounce back quick off the backboard now. First of that one is going to be J-Bay. That's going to be an early one from the Inferno. Exactly what they needed.
The early goal, exactly like they like to do. Now hold the defense as best as they possibly can to get the victory. But an early goal with the first 16 seconds in, I mean, that's a pretty good thing. They're not here to mess around. J-Bay tried to follow, but Hero, a quick catch, looking for the second touch, a possible dunk, but Red just over on Cosmic, looking to put it low, but Red saw it, rotated back in time. They've been an absolute beast all over the field, offensively and defensively, working with their team for Inferno. A floater could be it, but J-Bay, a nice save. Hero quick to follow, and that's the tie-up that Lumberjacks were fighting for just now, and were managed to put through. Hope we didn't lose Flash. But Hero looking to follow it up quickly. Red Wizard, a nice 50, a good save. Taking it low, faked off one of the defense, but Cosmic quick to follow, and Duke not happy with that, got their demo. Cosmic looking to keep possession. J-Bay a nice 50, and Inferno scrambling to stay alive. Red takes it low, looks for the pinch, but Hero a nice 50 to keep it alive. Still tie it up. And 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Inferno's doing everything they can to take the lead, and so is Lumberjacks. I mean, if they hold defense, though, in overtime is definitely going to be the battle of the team. And it looks like Hero trying to follow quick. Gold quick to shut it down. Inferno taking full possession as much as they can here. Red to the wall. Them do some dangerous things coming off the sky into the wall. Wow, almost a nice pass opportunity. But it looked like it was just unreadable from almost everybody on the team. I hope Flash is okay.
Yes, I'm fine. I don't know how my mic got muted, but it got muted for a second. We're back, though, as tied up again. Hero going to try to get this one here. Is going to be able to, but as far as Red Wizard, going to have some control here. Plays it to it. J-Bay. Trying to make a touch there. Doesn't quite get the touch he wants, though. Red Wizard going to play that one forward. J-Bay might get it past Duke. Now, goal coming out from Inferno. Going to be a team play now. Red Wizard tries to get a double tap. That could have been spicy at that one. J-Bay gonna play it over one. Gonna be able to follow it up first. Gonna try to go for a flip reset. Doesn't make it through. The low 50. Another 50 comes out. This one could be a chance now going the other way. Lumberjacks gonna try to get this one. Gonna be able to play it middle. Hero first to it. Oh my goodness. It looked like hole for the Inferno. Instead, just like that, Lumberjacks. It's on their end, and they are able to get one through. They take the lead in this.
Holy smokes, Hero was lurking behind everybody of Inferno when it came to the shots that they were trying to put on the Lumberjacks, and snuck in, took the breakaway after everybody on offense was not prepared to rotate back. Caught him off guard. A nice pass play. Nice goal, but Inferno now looking to climb right on back up to get the tie as Red Wizard catches it to the sidewall. J-Bay looking for a possible follow shot. It's just a little shy. Gold for the cross down, but it's just a little too hard. It bounces right on out. Cosmic looking to follow to the sidewall. Trying to punch it bed. Great rotation back for defense. And it looks like Lumberjacks have taken control of the game as Inferno scrambling to try and get it back.
That crossbar hit's gonna haunt. They aren't able to come back from this. It was really just free, and unfortunately, they hound by the Wade side, and they have to get one. Still, they have to get one in the next minute 30. They'll have to play a game 5. Lumberjacks are gonna put another one away. Just a free opening as Duke at home.
Woo! Lumberjack. They are really, really working for it right now. I mean, look, game 3, they're looking for the reverse sweep right now. They are clawing back, and Inferno, they've got some stuff to do. They've got some work to put in right now. 2 goals are how much they're needing in order to shut down this reverse sweep opportunity, or this reverse comeback opportunity. And I mean, honestly, Lumberjacks are looking super comfortable. They've had some great pass plays, and with a minute left, there's got to be more to come. Either that or Inferno's about to break through. J-Bay looking to set it up for Red Wizard. Red taking the possible shot, and a nice save from Cosmic, keeping the lead for Lumberjack.
Great chances for Inferno here, but better defense coming up. Lumberjacks maintain this 2-goal lead. This one is going to be 1-2 wins. Lumberjacks, but unfortunately for Inferno, that did go in favor of the Lumberjacks. If he was beat there, that would have been a goal. Got to keep this one going. Red Wizard not going to be able to get back to that one. Cosmic. They're out. Going to try to get one there. He is going to be able to get a save. That would have been a huge chance. That was a huge chance from by the wayside now. Inferno. This one back into the Lumberjacks half, but they feel a little stuck now. That one's going to find a shot off the post, off the crossbar. Doesn't matter. They don't need one. They just have to not concede, and they will not. 2 seconds left. And Dookie. Going to get 5.
Another game 5. We have been 5. Game 1 was 5. And these are the series that have been streamed. Everybody who's tuning in. The first series, game 5. Second series, game 5. We're now looking at the third series, game 5. But this one, more intense than the last, because Lumberjacks are happening to have to claw their way back on this one. Fighting from a 2-loss takeoff from Inferno. Lumberjacks are now climbing for the reverse comeback. They're making it, and they're taking it. They sent us to game 5. If they lose here in game 5, I'm gonna crash out, Clash.
They say by game 2, looked so in control, but actually they've just found their chances. And realize this one. They're gonna try to press here, but Inferno want this one. He's gonna get the double, not quite on target though. Bro is gonna be that. Try to get this one middle. Is gonna be able to beat one. Red Wizard first to that, able to get a shot on target. Was a little bit high for him. Gold Dude, and keep the pressure going now. Inferno kind of maintain their space in the Lumberjacks, and they're doing just that. Red Wizard coming out. Gold Dude gonna be up first for this one. Plays it across for J-Bay. J-Bay, here. 1 for 50 though. 70 boost, leaves it for Red Wizard. Red Wizard to Gold Dude. That one is a shot on target. Good save though from Duke. Ammo pressure now coming out from Inferno. They gonna let up anytime soon? It doesn't look like it.
Like Red Wizard trying to take it high, but shut down by Duke. And man, let me tell you, Gold Dude tonight has an entire graveyard following them. When I say that, they had an unfortunate own goal, but now Cosmic gonna take the lead for Lumberjacks early on. 1 minute and 15 seconds into game 5, after they've worked their way here, they're gonna take the first goal. They just need defense, and defense they've really had to have it, especially since Inferno took the first 2 games. They've had to have defense, then convert. If they can hold defense, it could be all they need to take game 5. And it's looking good. J-Bay, though, already taken for an opportunity to pass it to Duke, and Red is gonna capitalize on that opportunity. And like I said, again and again, all we've seen is Red tonight, and that's gonna be Inferno's matching goal. A minute and 30 seconds in, Clash.
And we're tied right back up. Good play there by J-Bay. I know he didn't get the goal, but he followed up and was able to get a bump threat, forcing that defender to get a very specific touch. Red Wizard read that touch well and was able to get their goal. And this one back up, just like this series. We have a tied one. J-Bay gonna try to break that tie, trying to press this one forward. Duke able to get it. Cosmic into the corner. Off. Barely beats that defender. Duke gonna be up for this one. That's gonna go through. I'm surprised I made it through. There were so many defenders in the net, but Lumberjacks will absolutely take that one. Finds its way.
Woo! Lumberjacks are working the field right now, and they know that everything is on the line since they had to have those 2 games. They can't let it go now. They are. I have not seen these guys play this hard in the first 2 games. They are playing so incredibly well and consistent on the field right now, and Inferno is definitely feeling the pressure in comparison. I mean, they've already been a little bit off kilter on defense as Gold Duke bumped J-Bay, giving an opportunity for Lumberjacks, and it's still another one as Duke tried to send it across. Gold Dude, a nice shutdown. And now Hero looking to put it in. The demo from Cosmic opening the opportunity. Lumberjacks are 2 in the lead halfway through game 5. Gosh, this is insane. It's happening before our eyes.
Cosmic. Yeah, they're really on track for this sweep right now. They don't even just have to hold a goal. They have a 2-goal lead now. As long as they play solid defense, they will be taking this series. But a lot of time still on the clock. 2.5 minutes. They're trying to press even more on offense. They want even more of a cushion. They're continuing this pressure. Gold Dude able to get it clear, but on 0 boost. 1 touch. Red Wizard for that, but is demoed for his efforts. J-Bay. That's forward. Hero doesn't make contact. Gold Dude can't quite get there first. Well, try to get it clear here, but not quite getting follow-up touch. J-Bay to the middle. Gold Dude, that's on target. We only have 1 goal game now. They're tightening up.
Gold Dude must have... That joke. Gold Dude really got away from all of his past unfortunates on these last couple games, and he is really showing his worth now. He put that goal on, and that gave Inferno only 1 down, and J-Bay trying to give another opportunity, quickly shut down from Lumberjacks. Red sending it over to the side. Cosmic quick to follow it. Gold trying to get there in time. J-Bay looking for the angle. Hero, a nice capture, good save, and great possession. Good 50 from Red, keeping it stalled out, giving an opportunity for Gold to follow it up. Duke, nice clear though, and Lumberjacks still staying in the lead. They're holding the defense. I mean, there have been a couple cracks, a couple places that Inferno have been able to sneak through. Gold Dude looking for another opportunity, but no, Cosmic quick to shut him down, and Cosmic sitting with I mean, only a save. Oh, but that has been the one thing keeping Lumberjacks alive right now, and Inferno not letting Lumberjacks breathe one bit at all as they are needing to get another goal on the board right now.
Half right now. J-Bait going to try to get it clear. Oh, that's going to be a miss. It's going to be awkward. Duke get the save just barely on his goal line. Hero. We're going to pressure. His team has been trying to build throughout the game. Inferno, nothing to do with that. They have to get it on their end. They have to get it back on, on the Lumberjacks end in order to tie this one up. Cosmic. Going to put that one away out for a second. I thought he was a defender with how far upfield he was. There was just no one back.
I was really confused for a second. And I'm like, are they really about to wait? That's the wrong color. And that was honestly a disgusting pass play from Hero to Cosmic. It gives Lumberjacks the 2-goal lead with 30 seconds left in Game 5. Inferno needs 2 goals to tie it up to have any opportunity to take this. Had the first 2 games and they were looking for it in Game 3. But now the comeback from Lumberjacks has begun, has arisen, has happened, as with 13 seconds left, Inferno would need another goal now or forever hold their peak. Wait a minute, J-Bay! Oh my goodness. I don't know what could happen here. 5 seconds, anything could occur. We could have overtime here.
Not impossible. I thought it was for a second there, but suddenly out of nowhere, got a goal from Inferno. They have to do something off this kickoff. Fortunately, it does not go in their favor. Touch though from Red Wizard. Has to find a teammate. Finds goal, do not quite a little bit ahead of him. Just like that. I think that series in a reverse. And it felt like kind of out of nowhere. Inferno looked so in control. That's usually how reverse sweep go, I guess. That first team comes out swinging, and then the other one comes back and hits it. But those games, all 3 of the ones that Lumberjacks played, they felt really close, really contested. But the rest of them, series, they extend that standings so wide. They're the
Shot. My jaw's on the floor. A reverse comeback. I was not prepared for that. Inferno had such good games in their last series that they played, but this was incredible from Lumberjacks. This was something else. And their reactions on the replays, you can see them. Literally, I think it was the mindset flop. The entire chemistry that they had in the last 3 games, and just good comms, good they didn't look defeated at all. They just had they had a smile on their face and they were playing their hearts out, and they were a well-deserved win, if you mind, out of the field.
and it was so hard fought. Lumberjack fought. It's so hard to. I mean, that I feel like the game 3, probably one of the easier ones to win, but continuing that momentum, game 4, 5, it's so difficult. Once you're back against the wall, kind of just feel all or nothing. That's the one that you might be continuing that. Lumberjacks, absolutely. Why they were there. Again, iCosmic, he was going for some high mechanics. Actually hit. But the threat absolutely made a difference there. As well as here. Played so well, so consistent. But really, my favorite Rocket League playstyle is just the solid. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any high mechanics. Any crazy mechanics on that Lumberjack side, but didn't leave gaps in the
100%. I agree with Flash. And as you know, after those great series, we do have more coming up. We do have one more series of the night. It's going to be our St. Cloud Flyers versus our Fargo Steelhawks. And I'm pretty sure you're on the desk for that still, right, Clash?
Yeah.
Man, why don't you check us out?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to give any predictions that one going into this box. I'll save my predictions after, but I know.
You know what? I'm not gonna be here. I want my prediction possibility. And to be honest,
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to say Flyers. They had a good couple series. They went 3-2 against Rhythm, so I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it's gonna be Flyers.
All right. Well, for after the break, head to. Don't go anywhere. Got a quick break here and have Argo Steelhawks take out Cloud Fly. back everybody to some MC power. Power.
Hello,
How you doing?
hello. How's everything going? I'm excited to get on the desk. That was a thrilling last series we had. Game 5, same reverse sweep out of a mid. You got to give props to them. Do you have any predictions here, Clash, for how this next one's going to go?
Argo Steelhawks for St. Cloud Flyers. I really look at those. They're pretty tight in standings. 7 this early in the season versus 11. Really not a big difference. Got Bendy Strike. I think I'm gonna really like that squad. I think new, very solid. Probably being. I think
I'm going to also have to be going Steelhawks on this one just because Spooky is my player on the Rochester Renegades, and I got to be biased. Like, it comes with the gig. You know what it is. But yeah, these teams, both in standings, both 2-2. Although I'm not sure the results from their off-stream game that could change that up and take out those standings. But like you say, both of these teams very close on the standings. Even if one team won, one team lost, like these two will be very evenly matched as far as standings go. So I'm looking forward to getting into it. Looking forward to see how this shakes up.
there we go. But into this one, it'll be if we get another game 5. I know we're both predicting Steelhawks. Are you thinking it's 5 again? Pretty one-sided.
I'm gonna go with 4. I think Steelhawks gonna go strong. Ready? Watch this. I'm gonna snipe the games too. Steelhawks game 1, Flyers game 2, Steelhawks game 3, 4. If it happens, I don't know. You got to Venmo.
Doesn't happen.
No, you have to make your own game predictions.
I think I'm gonna be crazy.
All right, let's get crazy.
I'm going with another river. Flyers
Oh.
take the first 2. I win even. Yeah, but I don't think we should. I don't think we should put
Unspecified amount.
Unspecified amount because that probably would not be allowed. Oh man, that's great. All right, maybe a bag of chips.
Sure.
And so we're getting into one. Got the Steel versus the. Who's your player to look out for?
Well, it's got to be kicking drop. First round, he's gotten, I believe, SSL in drop shot. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for him to
Here we go.
sort of be that head for this team, push forward and really make those offensive chances happen. Because I think, I think Jaded and Lyman are very good, like second and third support players. So I'm really looking toward kicking drop to be that first.
And that one almost finds its way through. That was just kind of an open net there, but Bendy Strong able to get eventually. And I would say from the Steelhawks, I kind of expect quite a bit from Bendy. I'm gonna be saying Newt, honest, on their side. Pick it up. A lot can be expected from it. Very solid player, very consistent. I want to see a little bit of pop off from him. He's supported so well by those persons. Could have plenty of opportunity into that rotation, find his way. Demo coming out, back line, get a chance now. Box, but make its way. First minute has gone through a few opportunities. No goals so far.
Yeah, both teams really looking to get that offense rolling. Chances coming in from both teams. We saw a really awkward ball there earlier on the Steelhawks goal line that just didn't have St. Cloud Flyer to follow. But now, Steelhawks really ramping up this offense, looking to get these chances going in. Yuki now taking his time back, knows doesn't have to rush this, just opts to play it around 1 in the corner, bump the second. Very good play to just stall time, let his teammates get boost. Now that boosted teammate comes in, pops it up high. New up to Bendy Straw. Bendy Straw backboard. Is there someone there for the follow? No, kicking drop. Cuts that one out very well. Pressuring the net here. And just a slow enough shot to sneak that by the last guy.
Did a fast shot from kicking drop. Such a weird little backflip from kicking drop, but very well played. Knew that Stu was even if there's a 50 there as the follow-up, so he has to just not get beat, knowing that he has to get a really strong 50 or a beat goes early. It's punished for Bendy. Try to get this one back as he plays this one mid. There's Spook mid. Try to get this one to Bendy. Bendy is going to be first to it, but Shaded just stronger on the ball, gets much better hit. Newt playing this one onto the backboard now. Here is Shaded. Now that one might just find its way in. It will. Flyers take a goal lead now.
Very unfortunate are the Steelhawks. I mean, you feel like Spooky isn't even that dangerously positioned. It was just that bad of a pinch out. And of course happens to be on net because, anytime when there's a pinch, it's got to be on net. Now, kickoff comes out from St. Cloud, and they're passing it mid here, but Spooky does a great job coming off that back wall, turning that ball away. Kicking drop now to get it mid. Newt pops it up, though, turns this one out. Corner in play from Bendy, off the ceiling, challenged well. Now, taking his turn, goes up high, no one up yet, bounce awkward for them, and that's a shot, and that's a goal out of Bendy. Very well played.
Faster to the ball here, Spook. Able to beat one, unfortunately, kicking drop backflip. That was the challenge they really needed. And he just simply able to beat Shaded. Shaded just couldn't get a hand up early enough. And just like that, I mean, it's cut down to a 1-goal lead. Bucks have some life, but unfortunately, oh my goodness, that was almost another one coming through for the Flyers now. It seemed like almost out of nowhere they got that goal, but I want to see one that is created by the Steel. That was really more of a mistake on the Flyers' end. Team plays, some demo plays, something that they created themselves. Life go.
Yeah, although we are seeing pressure building up, just not anything threatening yet. Shots have been tested from Steelhawks toward that Flyers net. Just great job out of the Flyers to have someone back, to have that chance. And now a beat comes out from kicking drop. And despite that Steelhawk pressure, they don't find one. And instead, it's St. Cloud the other way.
Yeah, that's the self-created opportunities that I like to see. I mean, unfortunately, I was talking about it in the case of Steelhawks, but this time it was in favor of Flyers. They were able to just faster to the ball there. Big beat passed by Lyman. Faster shot. This one could be on target. It's not going to be. Oh no, that was just a wide open head. Bendy Straw is absolutely not that one.
Yeah, I mean, that one definitely looked good. But here, more shot coming in. Chances are just going to the wayside. And you've got to feel like Steelhawks, they have that pressure. They have that. They just need something to go over that line. Now here, shot from Bendy Straw. Another great opportunity. Awkward positioning. Unable to really capitalize on that. But bump comes out. Shot comes in. Goal comes in. Bendy Straw able to snipe that back of the net. Incredible play here from Steelhawks. Just overwhelming pressure. Bump play from Spooky. Yeah, really heads up play to just recognize that is that last man in net. Turn quickly. Even on 0 boost there, Spooky was still able to affect the play by being aware. And I love to see that out of him.
Yeah, he absolutely could have made contact on the ball again. Right back at him. But he made the smart play. Realized his teammate was right behind him, ready to pounce. Waited. Let his teammate go. Going for a bump. Another bump coming through for the Steelhawks. I mentioned I wanted them to create their own plays, whether it be with demos or something else. And they're doing it with their bumps. Bendy able to bump that last defender, recognizing they are alone again. We, just like that, are tied up in this game.
Yeah, and if you're St. Cloud here, I mean, it hurts, right? You feel like you're dominating the whole game. You feel like, been able to, drive the pressure. All right, never mind. Newt should be incredible pass here. Just puts the ball high. Very awkward ball. Kick and drop. Nothing. And then Bendy, Straw, Newt combine to put that one very fast into the net. They're up with only 11 seconds here. Kickoff needing to go in favor of St. Cloud if they want to take this.
And this one's going to be on target. Great save, though. Now from Bendy Straw. Kick and drop first to this one. Great clear from Spooky. That's going to find its way all the way in. Steelhawks take game one, my prediction.
Wow, bag of chips is already denied at land.
Yep.
But
Yours
there
the
is a
only one that's
chance.
available.
There is a chance that I could get my bag of chips.
Oh, Go Steelhawks in game two. I don't want to. I don't want to. Oh, man. And getting into the next one. What are you looking at for the Flyers? What do they need to change to bring back? That was just such a sudden comeback from Steelhawks. It really looked like Flyers had it. And all of a sudden, what changed from that?
The biggest problem here in a spot where they're in a disadvantage, right? So a lot of times in Rocket League, it's not that bad to have your first and second commit as long as it's safe for the right. There's lots of times when it can be safe, and there's lots of times when you like leave them on an island and they're getting in a 2v1. Now,
Yeah.
one of those situations happened really, really quickly, and hard to blame, but I think that just having a little bit more connection between that second and third man and knowing, when one's pushing up, when one's staying back, will allow St. Cloud to not give up those goals that they felt kind of just went in. Because they had, Steelhawks had majority pressure, I think, but St. Cloud was doing a great job on defense there,
Yep.
and were able to really hold that out until that disconnect came. So I think if they're able to get that second, third man connection again, they probably take this game too.
I think the majority of the game, they were stuck on defense quite a bit of it, but they were still in my playing the best opportunity. Fox found that it was really from I think it was from that disconnect that they had that offensive side that they were able to find those. They were just able to take that one away to get a 2-goal lead and take the game. So I absolutely want to see that one come back, and now they have to find some pressure themselves too. Have to find a goal as to get one. Now putting some pressure. Have any boost there to get there first. That's going to be on target. 2 bit from the Steelhawks. Kick and drop going to be pressing this one forward. That one's going to be a chance. It's going to be a slow shot. It's going to work though. Shaded puts them on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Steelhawks here just in panic mode. All low boost that did go to get boost left that net, and the last back panicking once more. And you can't really blame that last man. They were kind of left on that island, and now we see what I think was the number one reason why St. Cloud got goals last time, and that was low boost on defense for the Steelhawks.
And you see carving, but out of nowhere, it looked like Bender played the high touch, and Benny just went low instantly for a shot. I'm surprised he got above that to actually put a shot on target. I don't think anyone was expecting a sudden shot. They were expecting some sort of backboard hit, anything there, but done by Bendy, just changing it up, getting a quick shot on target.
Yeah, really weird drop down that defender just wasn't able to. And I think that it wouldn't have been threatening for St. Cloud if they didn't have 2 jump at the initial pop-up in mid. Another time where I feel like it's that second, third, not quite being on the same page. Now here, threatening ball drops down. This touch off the backboard from Shaded, but teammate there to bail. Now pressure mounting against the Steelhawks. Able to get an awkward touch out is Spooky, but drop down to the ground. Kicking drop, puts it mid. Bump play comes out, backboard free. No follow-up there quite in time, though. And Steelhawks just barely save themselves from going down.
Going up the wall, doesn't quite make contact. Has control, though. Bendy going to be the first to challenge that. Doesn't make contact, forces it out well, though. Bendy try to continue this play for the Steelhawks. Spooky going for bumps. Again, that was one way that they were able to get a goal in that last game. And that one, big misplay on their Steelhawks back line. Flyers will absolutely take that one. Lyman strikes.
Yeah, that ball barely not being touched by the Steelhawks defender. One of those times where Rocket League says, "Oh, you think you got that?" No, no, you don't. And St. Cloud will gladly take that. Still lots of time, though, for the Steelhawks to make a comeback. Goals have seemed to come pretty easily this series so far. Both teams getting on the scoreboard quickly. Both teams able to capitalize on those chances. And Steelhawks looking for those chances now. St. Cloud played out, shaded with a good air dribble toward mid. Pop up, miss from Spooky. Double tap impending from kicking drop. Leaves it for teammate, but teammate is just too far back.
Yeah, it felt like that was definitely an opportunity there from the Flyers that just probably didn't really enough. And he wasn't making, or kicking drop wasn't making contact. He probably thought he was until how low boost he was. Kicking drop, gonna be able to play this one forward. Spook first to that one though. Big clear coming out from him. Bendy playing that one forward. That could have been if that was a different bounce. If that one bounced up, that would have been a great opportunity. Luckily for the Flyers, back out, able to here shaded. Able to dunk one there in the midfield. Hawks get the pressure back onto the Flyers, but it kind of feels stuck either on their half or in the midfield.
Yeah, really struggling to make those chances happen, make those opportunities. Now St. Cloud have lots of boost in the tank, looking for this midfield pass, kicking drop up, tries to just play it over, gets challenged, corner double, miss, shaded to backboard, low boost from Newt. Lyman able to get a pretty good challenge, pop this ball mid, but Bendy Straw given all the time in the world to get the boost, get the ball. Great 50 out of him. That plays awkwardly for the St. Cloud Flyers. Now they're forced to go back a little bit, and the Hawks starting to build up pressure. Free jump miss, though. Shaded up now. Air dribble over one, and this ball might just be in. It is incredible play from Shaded here. Heads up on the pop and the follow.
Absolutely. Spooky felt like he needed to jump, and he probably did. Fortunately, he was really low boost. The force just didn't quite affect Shaded enough, and great play from Shaded, great control, being able to follow that one up and beat both the forcing player and the defender back line. Have a 2-goal lead, and they just hold on to the lead, but they don't need to hold on to the lead if they can extend the lead. 3-goal lead. All of a sudden, Flyers now, and I'm worried that I'm gonna have to buy you a bag of chips later.
There is 2 games left, so this is only like, you know, getting heads twice in a row. It's not anything that scary, but yeah, I'm liking my prediction a little bit more with every ticking second, and every ticking second here is that closer and closer to the St. Cloud win. I think even if Steelhawks get this goal, which they're trying to, and they do, they still have 44 seconds, but it's going to be a hard comeback. Anytime you're down 3 in a game, it's pretty rough.
Far from impossible, though. When you're thinking down 3, it's really rough. But getting that early goal right there was absolutely still 44 seconds. That sounds much more realistic than a minute. Up. They're just trying to keep it. Steelhawks have to clear. So Shaded. Backboard. Lyman going to be first to this one. Off the backboard. No pressing player from the Flyers there. Andy up. Solo play. 50. Not going to be on target, but this one is Newt. His team some time. Only a 1-goal. Flyers and Steelhawks trying to climb back into this one.
Yeah, apparently when I said rolling or flipping heads twice, like the coin just like popped up and started spinning again, because I'm not so certain anymore. 50-50 comes out of St. Cloud, though. Pops out perfectly for the cheater in Shaded, and Shaded able to tap that one in.
Now the coin is just on a wobble. It's pretty clearly going to land on head at the moment. But it's just kind of like when that spin thing that coins can do. But it's pretty clearly going heads here. Unless someone bumps into that coin really hard and, and gets
The
this thing
longest
going
coin flip ever.
back. Longest coin flip ever. It's not going to happen. Wait. That's not.
Yeah, every time you
Flyers.
say it, just about not gonna happen. They look
Not
like
gonna
they're
happen.
going to, but now
gonna
finally the coin lands. It is the head. The Flyers take.
Flyers is much better that way. I'm missing there. Play coming out. Fortunate, just this is, which obviously it's going to happen. So, as a team, we absolutely want to try to clean that. Confident challenges, even if you're not making contact on the ball. Okay, as like you mentioned, Flyers in the last one have to be. If you're hitting, it's okay as long as that has to be. Even if they are making mistakes, have to be.
I mean, you look at the performances. I feel like Bendy Straw that game really taking charge and being that go get him player. Where I feel like for Steelhawks, it's gonna need to be a bit more team effort. We want to see Newt and Spooky get a little bit more involved on the offense, and we're hoping to see that here game 3, especially if I want my bag of chips. And we are getting right into game number 3. We will see if Steelhawks have to come back here. Flyers looked very dominant that last game. Flash, what do you think? Think game 3 is gonna go Steelhawks' way?
Fortunately, but obviously now I want the Flyers to take it. 'Cause I don't want to owe you that, but Bendy Straw going to try to get this one forward. Is play it past one. Newt. Oh man, that almost could have worked as a fake. Did not care that Newt was there though. Almost on target. This one's going to find its way through. Lyman, first one on the board for the Flyers.
Yeah, incredible heads-up play here. Kick and drop just gets a really awkward touch to backboard. Miss comes out, and then also the demo comes out. One of the freer balls that you're probably going to get for this, and it just rolls mid to Lyman. Lyman able to easily tap that one in. Flyers up early in this game. Now Lyman called upon again. Great dunk here. Newt commits hard, though. Now leaving Bendy back in an awkward spot, but he does really well to get that touch from that corner. Plays it out mid, pop up. Demo comes out from kick and drop, looking for another. Now Newt here, another attempted redirect, but now another miss on that. Pass down, Bendy Straw does well. Lyman up high, pops it up, waiting for a Steelhawks player to go, and they do.
Part of his game, a lot of demos now. He already has 2 game and been very impactful. The first one obviously led it to the goal. The second one, much pressure from a team. Love seeing that. I love me some demos. I think one of the most important parts of the game, and seeing that coming out, it's creating a lot of. It's stuck on defense. Going to be 50 out to the mid. Right, able to get around that. One could be a chance though. Still, oh man, they did great 50 coming out from him. Pick and drop. Gonna try to continue the clear touch though. Bendy has 2 challenging him. Good challenge. Coming out from the Flyers, excuse me. Middle, not only as far as kick and drop though, and the Hawks have some pressure, but it's not, unfortunately, not that threatening.
Yeah, but now here,
I
chance
say that.
opportunity for Bendy Straw, and Bendy Straw capitalizing beautifully. Just gets this fast pop where he's able to get a really quick follow touch. Lyman misflipping in the midfield, shaded, unable to get back third in time. And Steelhawks equalize with 3 minutes left, lots of time. Now the game really starting to be more of that coin flip again. Pressure starting to be a little bit more even.
Oh no, not the coin flip again. Bendy trying to get this one clear. Spooky on 0 boost gets a really nice touch. Lyman first of that one, but pressure for faded up for this one. Gets a double tap, but to the side of that Steelhawks corner. Spooky right here, putting some pressure on Bendy. that one. Gets a little bit bumped off the play. He might have been going for a double there if he bump Flyers to relieve that pressure. Shaded. Backline, kick and drop. Going to be first to this one. Able to get the boost as it spawned. That could be huge for him. Be first to this one. Off the backboard. Good read by him. Shaded. Going to be first here. Kick and drop. Going for another demo. Bump play. Not quite on target. If that was on target, that would have been... He was able to bump. Right. It was off the post. Kicking drop. One here. Bit of back and forth pressure now. Both teams creating opportunity.
Yeah, both teams looking really good on their offensive chances, but neither able to find the back of the net again. Here, really awkward pop up from Bendy. Neither player making contact. Demo comes out from Newt, pop toward the middle of the field, but shaded. Incredible rotation back, able to pop that ball out mid, take a 50. Now, Bendy Straw lurking upfield, looking to cut in, but leaves it now for Spooky. Spooky pops it up high. Awkward ball here for Lyman. Pass mid, shot not quite there. Awkward ball and a little bit too far pushed up was Bendy Straw. Now shaded off the ceiling, gets a touch. Probably not the one he was looking for. Spooky turns it away. 50-50 in the midfield. Awkward pop-up. Newt does well to read this. Kicking drop really quick up to that ball, challenging Bendy. Middle of the air. Shaded now toward the wall. Chance here. Opportunity shot coming through, but slightly off target, and Steelhawks are just able to recuperate.
Getting so opportunities. This could be an opportunity now. Oh, just barely touched by Spooky there. And that one might almost find its way through. Post. Box of Flyers. Up some pressure. That's a huge demo. Lyman, open net. Great demo on the back line from.
Yeah, and you could see this play develop as Boost was running out, completely out, only able to get one touch and not a follow. Then heads up play from St. Cloud, knowing that there's only that last man back. Goes for the demo, gets the demo, comes just an open net after that mistouch. And here another chance. Incredible kickoff play from St. Cloud. Able to capitalize on this awkward 50, unable to get a cheating follow. And then Lyman, another heads up bump play. That third man in and just head hunting.
I'm a fan of Fly. Like their bumps. They're doing so much with those plays. They're just creating some awkward tension. Hawks back line, just head hunting really. Bendy beat one there, trying to get one away as the Steelhawks. They have to get one now if they want to have a chance in this game. This is the last opportunity right here. It will not go. And I do not owe you a bag of chips.
Yeah, I know. I feel like they literally bumped to the coin and flipped back up on it. Because that one, using those demos, that physicality, really pushed the Steelhawks out of that. Give them a lot of open chances. They did really well to capitalize.
Great game from the Flyers there. Really pulled out all their bags of tricks, and by all their tricks out of the bag. And by that, I mean, they really pulled out one. Bump the... So they're not there anymore. They're maintaining momentum. Steelhawks so awkward. They have to... Now Steelhawks have to find a way to counter that. Play a little bit safer on defense, because defender is not going to be enough. Face down.
Yeah, and even the Steelhawks pressure, I feel like getting absorbed a lot better by that second, third man connection of the Flyers. I feel like they were listening in. They made that adjustment. I haven't even had to like comment on it yet because they've just been doing it perfectly since we've said it. So great adjustment out of them. Got to give them props. Now Flyers
Absolutely.
looking to take this, or if they get a chance, we'll see if they're able to do another demo off the kickoff and start off early. I don't know if we'll get that, as I feel like threes, it's just a lot harder to get that demo off kickoff and get a goal right from it. So I think probably not. And
Yeah,
here, of course, doesn't happen.
It's in threes, it's much harder to get that play. Obviously, well-known kickoff strategy is the Spanish kickoff, but it doesn't usually go quite as well in threes. Have that extra defender. You really have to get both bumped. This one just lingers right in the center of the field, and Lyman says thank you and makes of it.
Yeah, mistouch there from Spook. That ball mid. Scoot committing, not knowing Spook's going to go. Just leaves the whole Steelhawks net in disarray. St. Cloud up early in this game. Although there is a lot of time left, but I got to feel like momentum is really shifting towards St. Cloud here.
One thing that's to mention is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe all 3 players on Flyers are. Am I right?
I am not sure. I don't recognize the names, but I also was not as involved as far as like GMing last season. So I could be uncertain. Now here, a disconnect we see out of Bendy Straw. That was a little strange, but play continues. Goal had already been scored.
Oh.
So if they wanted, well, clearly they won't want to, but if they wanted a restart of the game, they would not have been allowed to. And now Spooky able to get an incredible touch out from underneath the shaded. They're able to equalize, and I'm sure that they're saying calculated on that one.
Not on purpose. There's no way. It looked so. If that wasn't calculated, that was crazy lucky because that looked so intentional. That's another huge bump from the Flyers. Once again, though, not on target. Another bump. If the first shot isn't on target, just bump both defenders. That was just well-timed bumps and demos. So hard to deal with defenders. Steelhawks have to pick up their pace on the defensive end. Have to pick up the pace. Even if you don't challenge, drive through the play before something going on here because Flyers, they are absolutely unintended demolishing.
Yeah, and they've got that goal to save for it. Now fake coming out from shaded. Awkward ball. All of Steelhawks called upon to play this one forward. Now the St. Cloud Flyers net being tested a little bit, but a incredible beat out of Lyman now. Open net opportunity. Kicking drop. Puts that in every day of the week. Able to slot that in. Get 2-goal lead now. Still 3 minutes. Well, St. Cloud looking dominant as far as defensive stands and getting those bumps, getting that pressure, getting those goals.
Perfect touch coming. Had to get a lot of power exactly on the hood, really, of picking drop. And obviously, the Steelhawks left that one open a little bit, but drops to Flyers, capitalizing on it. And you're going to get this one. Able to. This is going to get a touch here. First to do it is Bendy Straw. Great save, though, from kicking drop. Trying to get back middle. No attacker ready, though. This now flip reset is able to get one. Gets a bump on the play. Spooky go far on it, but does still have a chance. Figured out, though. By kicking drop. Steelhawks have to get something going. They do have 2.5 minutes left. It is some time, but goals after those first games kind of come at a premium.
Yeah, I mean, pressure has been just about equal, but I feel like both defenses now more comfortable with, as I say that, less comfortable apparently as Spooky's touch off the wall just comes the net sliding in so slowly, backflip out of shaded. You would love to have that one back as I feel like that is maybe a 1 in 100 where he ends up backflipping on. But as I was saying, yeah, both teams feeling like they're a bit more comfortable knowing what each other are going to do, right? You know St. Cloud is going to be looking for that third man bump now, and you know the Steelhawks are just going to be looking for that long-term pressure that leads to goals.
Absolutely. It really always cool to evolve as teams start adapting to each other. And I know that they know what's going on against them. If either have figured out how to deal with it. Both acts have still been. And of course, as I said earlier, that the goals starting to come at a premium. That last goal happened. It's just the freest one. It was about as cast or cursed as could have been, but faded. But now he's going to be trying to score one on up end. Faded now. Getting that one for kick. tries to beat, not able to. Popping it forward. That one's going to find its way through. Hated. Ends the lead back to 2.
Yeah, unfortunate here from the Steelhawks. Newt, not a horrible first touch, but just unable to follow it. And then third also commits, realizing that ball's threatening, unable to get the touch, and that one just goes in for St. Cloud. Now,
Yeah.
Bendy Straw goes up, missing again. DC again. Last time they did this, they scored a goal, but I don't think they're going to get one this time. Pressure now for St. Cloud. More awkward in the corner of play. 50-50 comes out mid. Shaded tries to get a control touch, immediately challenged by Newt and followed by Spooky. Spooky now trying to get this one mid. Awkward ball for Bendy Straw. Unable to get a touch. Now, St. Cloud looking get back at Steelhawks and really seal this away. Here, Shaded, pop up, dribble over one, dribble into the net. Incredible shot out of Shaded.
So clean. That first touch, there realizes he has space, just air dribbles it over. No one has that back. Barring very quick goal. I feel like they kind of comfortably take this one. They started rolling and keep it going, but Knox have a small chance if they go right now. Spooky. Try to take this one up in the air now. In the mid, try to get Bendy Straw pre-jumping, but that one doesn't happen. This one, pretty done and dusted, and Flyers just looking so comfortable the whole time. Shaded, I didn't even be able to get another one here. Not quite. Bendy was able to get the save, and the Flyers, it really felt like they turned it around. It was a really tight start. Figured out how they wanted to play, and figured out how they wanted to keep that Steel Husky.
I mean, after that game 1, I feel like those adjustments were made. That connection was there. Teammates were able to follow through with a lot more consistency, with a lot more speed, and they were able to just really dominate that latter half of the series. Incredible job out of them. I mean, dominant showing, honestly. Like if I'm in Rising Star there, I'm kind of scared of St. Cloud. I mean, they turned it up. They had those demo plays. They had really good offensive pressure, really good defensive stands. And that was a pretty convincing win to probably put them toward the top of the pack.
That was our fun game 5. That's kind of crazy. In this on this day, so many close. One a little bit more, and we expected to go the other way. Props to Flyers for coming back, and pretty sure I could be wrong. Correct me. Coming into this, they're showing why they were drafted, or what they're all about, and drafting this players. I wasn't even looking at during the draft because very well they played so well, so solid. Pretty handy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, props to them. I know Spooky, a veteran of MCS here. Bendy Straw, also a veteran of MCS, starting to get challenged, get new kids on the block saying, "Hey, just here for a while does not mean you are safe."
Joining power. I'm glad. Going on to make sure to tune into that. It'll time. Further ado. And got anything? Any last remarks about last series or the day as a whole, Power?
Overall, another super interesting day of Rising Star. I mean, we saw antics all over the place. We saw game 5s, we saw reverse sweep, and we saw adjustments being made mid-series and able to turn the tides. So incredible job out of all the teams tonight. Great showing. Make sure you're following MidwestCarSoccer for more entertainment like this, for bets about chip bags, for whatever it is. And always a great time, always fun to watch. And that is all I have. Any closing remarks from you, Flash?
Get into it tomorrow. Make sure to be there. Calendar stream.